Done. Nice job. I'm just gonna state this now. He asked me if he could take lead on this introduction, if he could be the one to do the introduction, and he's already failing. Yeah. You wanted the introduction just to say, hey, I got a sick co-host. Like, okay. I see how it is. I am. Probably. Probably both. No, but in reality, yes. Me sick. Though I may sound like it. At times I may sound congested or just, you can tell. There's definitely a point in my voice where you can tell right now. But yeah. I will try to mute myself whenever I have to sneeze or whatever, but more than likely I'll be away from the mic, like... Could you hear that? Well, I mean you, but them I don't know, because I have a noise gate turned up pretty high. It's contagious. Uh-huh. And now I'm burning up. Well, the heat's on. I have my fan turned on, so that should cool up a little bit, but the heat's also on, so. Anyway, so I want to start something off right now by saying me and Sweet are drinking our totally not sponsored, but totally wish it could be sponsored drinks. And would you guess what that is? How dare you? We had a setup going, and you ruined it. Well, okay, I am doing that then. A not sponsored, but kind of wish it was sponsored drink. See, all these not sponsored deals at the moment is giving me a headache. But here's the deal. Ah, okay. Should have done that. So, what I did was I put the cold bottle against my head. I'm like, that's too cold. It's cold outside, and my reaction is to put a cold drink against my head. Like, good job, idiot. And I replied that way, like, no wonder why I got cold after eating cereal. Just not as cold as Milan. As freaking Malin. Whatever. Insectoid, whatever the hell the thing is. We're referencing our Zelda randomizer stream. Yeah, I would say go watch, but they're pretty long, so about 2 to 3 years from now, or maybe longer, there should hopefully be a shortened version of that. So, I'm going to mention something about this drink. I haven't decided what it is. It's Mountain Dew, the one thing that we'd actually think would be kind of nice to have something from. What do you say, Pepsi Company? Well, I'll say this: if it's good, I'll go for it. If you got yourselves a good, except for energy drinks, I don't really care for those. You can have them, but I don't want them. If you're gonna do it with energy drinks, you're sending it all to him. If there's other stuff, you're splitting it. Oh, no coffee either. I don't want your coffee. Yeah. I will accept tea. All the tea. Hand it over. No. I'm American. The idiot British. The people who came from British that were stupid. And then we did the exact same thing the British did. But anyway. We don't want oppression and we don't want taxes, so we're gonna have to, you guys have to pay taxes to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, go. Yay! Stupid world. Anyway, to go back to the Mountain Dew thing. We're definitely not getting that sponsorship now that all that's been said. But, cool deal. The thing about it is I probably have like a limited edition can. I don't really know if it's limited edition, but what I do know is there's a freaking pink stain underneath it. What the hell is that? I don't know. But, yeah, it's like a pink marker deal or something underneath. They're like, okay. But, this is a Modern Warfare version. And it even comes with double XP. But guess how much that lasts? How long that'll last? I didn't read this until I just got it out of the fridge. It says 30 minutes double XP multiplayer only. 30 minutes. Yeah, hear who? You're talking about him? I mean, he just started talking, but let me check the thing. I swear if this entire... Well, I haven't checked. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it should? Welcome. Go. Who? Well, I said welcome. I don't know. How can you not hear? Clearly. That'll be at the end. We're setting up at the end. Yeah. Well, I was caught up the last time. Just didn't care to go for it. I want to say this now. Actually, you know, I'm going to check audio because it should absolutely be working. But you gave me the suspicion, Google. Gotta make that non-spoiler. Huh. Hold on a sec. We're not at all terrible. What's going on there? What? Oh, podcast on my side. What? Oh, for you it's not. I don't know. It's not. I can't. It's not getting your audio. I don't know what's going on. I just checked it myself and there's nothing there.
Have you kept audio unmuted?
I checked. Yes, unmuted.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
I have sound on my phone. I'm gonna use. So. I mean, you don't need to mute me if I can't be heard, but I can check if I...
Okay, now we're good. Now you're... Oh, okay.
What was wrong?
Okay. I don't know. I just had to go back into it and I had to reset as the speaker. It was already set as the correct speaker, but I had to go back in and do it again. Why? I don't know. I'm gonna note a
Okay.
few things here, starting now. So I'm gonna try to repeat what that was just said for some odd reason. For everyone on the live deal, you know that for some odd reason nothing was going on. It was kind of weird. But I'm actually gonna have to edit this afterwards. But I'm gonna quickly repeat stuff that we were saying before. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a restart. Just like full blow. We didn't get that far, so we'll just speed through it. But I'm sick. My name is Nexus. That guy over there is Swedenboy, Sweden Cat Boy.
I mean,
or
they got
whatever
my
other
side,
word.
so my side
I'm
is
saying
fine,
my
guys.
side. I'm doing this from my side.
Yeah, because
and also
Nexus
my
sucks.
side is the one that gets edited into the audio version. And another thing, the thing that I would like to be sponsored by, but will definitely not happen because of various reasons.
Mostly because we're too offensive.
That's extremely true. And also we're not very, we're not very family friendly, so we're not ad friendly, so
How
therefore we
dare
can't be
you.
sponsored.
This is a family show.
You just said the F-bomb like 3 times. And 2 of those were muted for my side.
You didn't get the reference, did you?
I get it.
Like, it's a family show. 5 minutes later. You know, fuck that. Like, it said it's a family show. Jared, cut the line. Cut the line.
God, it's like, wait. There was an F-bomb? Cut it! Jared! Jared! Cut the line! Alright. So, as I was saying, Mountain Dew. It's a freaking Modern Warfare version of it. It's like a aluminum bottle can thing. Point is, for some reason it has 30-minute double XP. Why it's only for 30 minutes? I don't know. Blame Mountain Dew and Pepsi. They're weird.
You're weird.
Okay, and now we're back into the main program. So, point being, he was gonna go off and do whatever. He was saying some stuff, and also SAO will be at the end of the stream. No, that's not that we mentioned. But go
And
for it.
we're gonna talk about Death Stranding later on. Not right
Okay.
now, I feel like that's gonna...
Yeah,
I think
should be
around when we'll go through something else, because Death Stranding is one of the more recent games. Came out 2 days for me, but 1 day for you, basically. Or
No,
actually 2 days for you
no.
too, because it came out.
It's all at the same time.
It came out. No, actually, it came out later for you because you're not American.
Oh.
Not. Yeah, it was released.
Well,
the 8th,
I'm
but
talking about actual exact same time.
Yeah.
But throughout the time
Yeah,
zones,
it's
that
2
doesn't
days
matter.
ago anyway. But 2 days ago, Death Stranding was released. I'm gonna tell you what I feel about the 2 hours
For the matter, it was 2 days ago.
of it. Yeah. For both of us.
Yes. Now keep
And
going.
also, and of course we have something about YouTube that I think we're gonna take early because I feel like that's one thing we talk too much about.
We talked too much about it,
Also-
therefore we need to say it immediately.
Like, I'm not kidding. I think I said that before too. I was like, they're gonna fucking unfollow us and unsubscribe because we fucking talk about YouTube almost every time.
I mean, it's kind of our deal. We do what we do.
We have a secret topic that we talked about. We mentioned it last week or last time because last week we didn't have podcast. Last week we played Destiny. And you should go check out.
Yeah, you should, because we're gonna try to play the entire thing all the way throughout, except when we get to
We've
Destiny
completed the
2,
main
we're gonna skip some
story.
things.
Yeah, we did the main story on Destiny 1 now.
Uh-huh.
We have
Okay.
the DLCs now to do.
Uh-huh. And then off to Taken King, which technically is DLC, but that's an expansion. You get the point. There's that.
Yeah.
Likely gonna skip Rise of Iron, mainly because it's just filler story, really. There's not much to it.
Alright. And did we have anything else except those stuff, or is it gonna be random stuff also in between? Because I don't think we had anything else that we had
I have
actually.
some things I could probably go off on, but the thing is,
Yeah.
I wasn't exactly thinking of much today because
No, because we had some. Because this was one of the few times we actually had a fucking topics again. But it was because it's like one of the topics came because of. I feel like I don't care if it just happened to one person. It happened, and it's more of a Google issue this time than a YouTube issue because this time it's like it wasn't only the reason is if anyone recently knew what was it he did? What's it? Oh yeah, he did the high. If anyone have seen the what is it called? YouTube original series A Heist with Markiplier, it was released like
by the
was
way,
it 2 weeks ago?
I watched Heist Markiplier. I didn't watch the one of these issues.
So you don't know the issues?
I know from the description. I did not watch the video itself.
Yeah, I watched it and he told me exactly what everything that was like happening.
Okay, well
basically
you can take the lead on
yeah, basically what he did was he was streaming a heist with Markiplier. I think it was like kind of back behind the scenes stuff. Like I probably told what he did.
He does that with all of his major ones,
Yeah.
major skits and stuff.
Yeah,
Or
so he
that's the word I
basically
wanted to say.
told, and when he did that, so basically it was he told his fan, spam in the chat which way. So he said like, use a red paddle or a green paddle depending on which path they should take. And because of that, YouTube and Google decided to suspend accounts apparently. And I don't know if it's ever happened in a lot of other streams, but this is marked by itself it has happened to. Like, I wouldn't have cared too much if it was like, if it happened to a few people, it could have been like, it could have been something else. But if it happens to a specific YouTuber in a larger scale, I'm like, this is a YouTube issue. This is an issue on their side. Because, yes, I get it. You shouldn't spam. That's a thing I get. The idea of spamming, that's like, not good, but yeah. But here was the issue. It was not the YouTube account that was suspended. It was their Google account. The whole Google account got suspended.
That's lovely.
So yeah, so it was like the Gmail and everything disappeared. And the appeals was declined. Apparently.
Yeah, that is one thing that always pisses me off when it comes down to it. YouTube is always like, oh, you know, if we incorrectly find something wrong, you know, it's like, oh, hey, this is wrong. And you're like, no, it's not wrong at all. You can just appeal back. That never helps. No matter what you do, appealing never really helps. Because most of the time, you're just going to get screwed over. Like me. I appealed, and you know what happened? I got my live streaming suspended for 90 days on YouTube. But yeah, I have experience in these matters.
Yeah. Another thing that was so irritated really
And I
was
got a
like,
CG strike.
that's your issue.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying, because I appealed. I got a CG strike, and I got 90 days of my live stream taken.
Yeah. But not only that, do you know what YouTube said on Twitter?
What?
That they couldn't do anything.
Oh, crap.
That's-
I know what it is. Keep going.
What the fuck? You know? So in the end, what was really happening was like about 100 accounts or more got suspended for spamming, allowed by the broadcaster himself, got suspended from Google for doing something they were allowed to by the broadcaster. I get it. If you get reported, that's one thing. The streamer tells you to stop spamming, stop using stuff. Like don't say this, don't do that. That's one thing. Then you should be suspended if something harassing someone. But for no reason, I feel like that happens too often. YouTube has a tendency. We could talk about something else about YouTube in general right now because like we covered something.
I have a lot of stuff. You know what's the best way to find something like immediately to trash YouTube about? Go to their Twitter page. You will find something in 2 seconds. Because I just did.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna talk about because all because of a label. Death Stranding, the composer to that game came out. Was it yesterday or when did it come out? Was it yesterday or today? Came out about that game. Like, but here's the thing: was he wanted to get to both YouTube and streamers that the music shouldn't be played. That the music shouldn't be able to be claimed by anyone because he wants people to experience the game. Like he wants them to experience the full game, basically.
Oh yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, a lot of creators actually want that, but half the time it's not even up to them because of license issues and everything. Which right now, I would guess, Sony is in charge of that little bit of license, and we all know Sony. They're very horrible when it comes to the copyright. They're one of the reasons why it sucks. Sony.
There's apparently Sony owns music that is to Dr. Phil. And all people that did reaction videos to Dr. Phil got claimed by Sony. And I'm like, why? Why bother?
Hey, it can't be as bad as when people would try to play Beat Saber and got copyright claimed by the Tonight Show. Like, what? How does that work?
Or you're getting fucking claimed by everyone, and then that one person will be like, blocked. That's the also issue. The copyright system needs to be fixed.
It is entirely terrible. And you know what's always lovely about YouTube? Don't you just love it when you decide to put your entire faith on in a platform, and you're like, hey, can you fix these problems? And sometimes like, yeah, sure, we'll fix them for you. Then they're like, this copyright system's kind of broken. You might want to try to fix that. Hey, here's a new feature. Come on, that doesn't.
They have this yeah, let's just fix the new UI.
It happens every time. Every time there's an issue that comes out about, oh, there's this copyright issue going out about, which right now we're having this Death Stranding deal. I'm willing to bet YouTube is going to come out with another feature here soon just to make up for it, because I'm pretty sure even they don't understand what the hell is wrong. No, that was before Death Stranding.
Yeah, but I think this time is not the issue. I think the issue is that between Kojima and Sony, I think that's the issue.
That's the other issue, yeah, but
yeah, because Kojima owns the game itself, but as publisher, Sony owns everything that is done. Like that's the weird thing is Kojima owns the game itself, like he is the owner of the game, but he doesn't really have a say in it because Sony pays for the game to be published. But basically, and that is the thing I think both Fuchsell wants to fix is that he wants to that Sony to be like, don't claim this music. Because that's for, I guess if you claim someone watching a YouTube video or something with the music in, or any show with the music in, fine. Same with then if it's over a certain amount of time.
I don't really say if it's over a certain amount of time. It's just more of, I don't know, if it's just like it has the music in something that's not related. You know, so if you take the, say, Death Stranding music and you're just having it play in the background for some reason and you're not playing the game at all, that much? Sure, claim that. That makes sense. It's not supposed to be there. If it's in the game, really, what the hell can the player do? Nothing.
Yeah, and
because half the time, devs don't even decide to implement a music slider feature, so they can't turn it down.
Or lately they have done that, but like, here's the issue though. You don't want to play a game without music. Okay, Minecraft I can play without music, yeah. But that's because that's because
in the Java version, of Minecraft, the music barely ever plays in the first place. So what the hell does it matter?
When we ever decide to fucking copyright paper or copyright notice paper with that, it's like, oh, it's like play 10 seconds. Okay, copyright, it's our music. We need.
At least we don't have to worry about Minecraft copyright deals because they're from Sweden. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, and that's why Forsell is so fucking great because he's Swedish. Swedish composers. I mean, I get this if I get like because it is singing music. I get a part of that. Like, yes, it's still owned by someone. Yeah, but it's in the game. Like that's I don't think.
I don't understand it. Really. Why would you copyright music that's in the game, and then you're basically like onto the platforms just encouraging like, hey, go stream and record, you know, videos of you playing this game. Like Sony will come out and say that, and it's like, oh, hey, we just copyrighted the music from that video because, like, dude, you just why, why?
Like, oh, you want to stream a game? Ah,
You want to stream the music in it
want
too?
to listen to
No.
You want the music? Oh, no, sorry. I'm too sorry. It's Annabelle.
Oh, it's one of these.
Are you fucking stupid?
You just opened up the ball.
You're late to that, boy.
Oh, I wanted a good introduction. Okay. Yeah, that I did not notice that. the lid is the crosshair.
You need to send a picture to me later.
No, it's like the inside of the lid is just a crosshair.
I want to say that. The fall of the Berlin Wall 30 years later.
Alright.
30 years ago, the Berlin Wall fell.
I think it'll be much more.
I thought I saw two. Wait, I'm gonna check that. Wait, let me check something. We need to fact check this out. How long time ago?
Time to
This
drink
was
my
because now
230 calories of soda. One serving.
something soda. What are you? A
How many
fat
servings
man?
is this? Serving size, one bottle. Oh, we're good then.
Berlin Wall.
I don't think I never understood what's like, oh, hey, here's your serving size. And it's like, I don't know, 1.5 or like 0.5 of a bottle. It's like, how's that a serving size when you have a normal bottle then?
It is 30 years ago. Holy fuck!
Well, there
Or
you
actually, no, it's not. It's not actually. It was destroyed though in 1991. The wall itself fell the 9th of November 1989.
See, that would... I don't know.
That's kind of interesting. That's an interesting thing. That's one of the biggest history. Like the Cold War was like one of the biggest things happening in Europe history, basically.
Yeah, it was more than just Europe history, buddy. There was a pretty big deal with it over here, probably because we held some nukes
that, and you hate Russia.
in Turkey.
You still hate Russia, but you know.
Well, it's not that we hate Russia; it's we have a very uneasy alliance. I'm not even gonna lie, it's just like a very uneasy deal where you never know what the hell can happen.
Yeah, it's
But
like,
then again,
we
Trump and
hate
Putin are
you guys,
friends, so
but
you know.
don't. Let's not fight. Let's pretend to be friends.
Apparently they are. I don't know. I don't know. It's just they keep freaking having these stupid meetings together, and I'm like, dude,
Are you
You do
friends or not?
are you friends? Just say it. First, you'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Oh, he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's the best guy. And then we just go down to freaking. Oh, he's playing us out and that. Yes, this is my Trump impression because I don't know how the freaking hell to do it else.
Hey, you say fake news and it's fine.
Fake news. I don't know. Works. Okay, so to crawl all the way back because let's be honest, we're not here for a history lesson. Maybe another day because you know that might be fun, but this is the nerd ensemble, not history buff ensemble.
I mean, history is actually being a nerd.
Yes.
I'm a nerd about history.
I am too, but I'm not in the mood to talk about it because I'm like,
But yeah,
one second.
the Berlin Wall fell 30 years ago. Congrats, Germany! You were finally free. We fucking keep a country together. Saying. back in my day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure back in your day was the exact same thing as it is now. Not really much changed. So
Actually, we didn't have fucking smartphones. Or Uber. Or anything that we have today.
sure. Same with back in my day. Didn't have it either. We have flip phones.
Yeah. And that was like... Remember when you fucking wanted a phone back then? You didn't see a kid have a phone back when we were kids. Seriously. And now it's like... You see a fucking 3-year-old holding a phone and you're like...
That's like, we had phones, but we didn't have anything attached to them. No plans, nothing. You get to do a single thing with it half the time. That's how it was for me. I had a flip phone, but I couldn't do anything with it.
I had a plan when I had my first phone. It was mostly to call my parents. Like, that's it.
Or like, we had that, but it's like, we had call and text, like, time on it. And then when that went away, we had this like website where you would put in an email and then you just type your text and it would send it to the number as an actual text, but then it would come back like email wise or something, like go through your email. I don't know, it was a really weird system, but it worked. Ah, cheat. I don't know. Technology was crazy back then. Everything was harder. It was back then. That was almost what?
20 years ago?
15 years ago, maybe.
50, yeah.
Roughly 15.
Oh, good.
We're not 15, so a bit more than that, but...
Yeah, about 15 years. I think this first smartphone came out like around 15 years ago. I think the first smartphone actually came out like 15 years ago. No, that's too early. It's like 12 years ago. I think, was it 07?
Like 2000. Well, if it was Windows 7, that's 2009. So.
Yeah, but the smartphone existed before that. 07 to 9. 07, 08, I think the first smartphone came out. But like, after that, we like could progress really quick with everything. Like, and that's not good. Like, progressing too fast is not good.
Not really.
Like, you see today, like, people say that there is no job. It's because we're lazy. Like, seriously.
I mean,
it's not
really,
that there is
when it
no
comes
job.
down to it, a lot of times, no jobs. Well, one big reason, yes, is laziness, and the other one is actually no jobs, because...
No, but you know why? Because no one wants them, and then those that takes it is the immigrants, and then people complain about the immigrants having jobs, and you're like, you know, like, yeah, they're like, the immigrants take all the jobs. Well, would you have taken the job yourself?
This is a conversation about like years ago, because these days, really, people just say that about anybody.
But that's like seriously, like everyone complains that immigrants take the jobs, but if you technically ask them, they're like, no, I wouldn't have done that. No, you know why he has a job? Because he took it. You did it. He's not taking your job. He's taking his job because he wanted actually getting paid. Lazy fuck. Family show, guys.
Yeah, family show, and definitely gonna get sponsored because we're totally nice and not offensive in any way.
Oh yeah, when I heard that part of the in Spider-Man, when I heard that, this is what I said. It's like this. Well, you can watch this with your family, but I wouldn't recommend it.
That's not a big one.
Like, you can watch it with your family, but just don't. It's not good for your health.
That's a lot of things on the internet these days. Like, you can watch it with your family, but I would suggest you don't.
And don't watch the others. You just watch the other part of the internet with your family. What the fuck is wrong with you, boy?
What about it's always just boy or me over here? You got anything else for us there, buddy?
guy.
Good job. Anyway.
Next
So.
to some guys. Oh god, I'm just saying that this show is too offensive. That we get a sponsor.
You're the one who makes it that way. I don't say anything. You just go full flat into it. Like, okay. I can't stop you here. We're live. I can't just say no.
I mean, you can say no.
Well, I can, but it's already too late.
Yeah, but here's the thing with the both of us. Really, like, we don't care. Offensive humor is fun. It's only humor. Like, we don't mean anything. I respect both sides, and also
here's a good way to show. Here's a good way to show that we like offensiveness. Anybody from the Misfits crew, all good. And then of course the one that I would say kind of escalates it, but hey, I'm all good still. Brendan Rogers. There you go. There's a couple of name drops.
And I had one name drop in that. Lewis Spears.
I don't know who that is.
He's an Australian comedian.
Cool story. I just don't know who that is. You gotta say more than just profession or what they do.
Yeah,
that'll never in a million years
he
help me.
He's also a YouTuber.
Yes, seriously. You could just be like, oh hey, there's this one guy. It's like, okay, who is he? He's a streamer. Oh cool, because that totally narrows it down. Who the fuck is it?
He's an Australian comedian, but that should I tell you that his name is
Say
Lewis
a joke,
Spears.
I don't know.
I don't know he does a lot of jokes.
Didn't say one. Does one come off the top of your head?
No, because he's, you know, I'm a mindful guy. I remember all the terrible stuff, but I've never seen a show by him because his show
Why
has
name
not.
drop?
Because it's the YouTube that does offensive him. He did a joke about a Universal accident that happened a few years ago. I don't remember exactly the joke, but it was something about it. I will send you a link to the video. I don't remember everything. Like, I watched the video. Yeah. I need to actually watch a show. That is only mostly in Australia. So, okay, we're 43 minutes, just 44 minutes.
Yeah, but you kind of took off like crazily. I didn't get to say any of what I was going to go for because you're just like, you know, I'm going to start talking about this other stuff that doesn't matter.
What do you want to talk about? Penguins?
Sure, penguins are dying. Anyway.
I think we all are dying. I think it's called Earth. We're dying.
I mean, it's not wrong. And there's a good segue for the thing that he can't help but keep promoting every 5 minutes, which is actually a good thing to promote, but still. It's every 5 minutes, man.
Who promotes every 5 minutes?
I gave you a perfect segue, and you didn't take it.
I forgot. I didn't listen. You know,
Trees!
Trees. Oh,
I gave you the perfect segue to go into this, and I'm like, how did you not take it? You talk about this all the day.
We could do that because we have not actually talked about it.
Oh my god.
He doesn't have any link to it or code or anything, or not code, commands to it because he's a piece of bleep.
No,
and not
just I don't use it.
Yeah, because he's lazy. I put in effort and time to say the phrase. He didn't. But there is a link. There is not a link. Command.
If I had money, I'd donate it.
No. But here's the thing. If you do exclamation mark Team 3 on my stream, you would get the link to the Team 3 website that would give you the chance to donate $1 for 1 stream. You can donate more if you want to, but that's what the thing is. And they are trying to get up to 20 million streams. I don't know if they're gonna continue if they reach that goal before January the 1st. They probably will, because if I know Mr. Base correctly, he probably will be like, let's just continue until the year's end then. But yeah, they are at 14.5 million at the moment. Last I checked, that was like an hour ago. It's my Lincoln. Are you gonna cry?
Nah, I was just gonna go and set up my stream, but I don't know. Anyway. So, now that we're done kind of promoting a charitable deal, which is always great. That's something we want to save. Here's something that you know how basically the whole idea of like saving Earth is don't be burning stuff and don't put all these like greenhouse gases, all this other stuff, like don't be doing all that crap. There's gonna be a lot coming from this trash. Just a lot. It's how it always works.
I think we are we're gonna promote this thing about saving Earth, but and we're gonna destroy it too, but don't worry about that part, okay?
Yeah, don't worry about that part. Think of, just the positives. Forget the fact that we're now just backing a giant garbage truck into the scene, and we are now dumping huge bags to where it creates its own landfill.
It's like when you see this beautiful scenery, like, oh, look at all these beautiful trees.
It's like the freaking whatever the name of that song is, the one that it's like, the peaceful music. I don't know what the name of it is, but the something. It's that peaceful music. You can kind of get it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know the name of it. The point is that just playing. You just have like all the birds chirping. There's freaking butterflies over there and trash.
Well, you have like, how those moments that there's like, oh, look at this beautiful forest, dressed up in the sky, beyond like 100 meters away.
It's like a precision airstrike, except instead of a missile, it's just trash.
Yeah, like that's basically our day. Like, oh look, you should do this. That's good, but no, let's do the bad thing.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, our hot topic of today's taking out the trash session is brought to you by YouTube. On the beach.
Oh, we're back on YouTube again.
Yeah, because I didn't get to say any of this stuff before.
I think we got off, but that's good because YouTube is one of our favorite topics.
Yeah, it's just.
It's our most hated topic.
It's our most infamous topics. It is the infamous ones. Let's go over a few things here. But first of all, something that I find is actually a plus. What do you know? They've actually done one thing good, in my mind. In your mind, I don't think you care. Me, I do care. They've changed up the UI again, but this is one that I'm perfectly okay with, because now you can add to queue, which basically don't know what that means. If you ever had tried to watch YouTube on a console or something like that, basically you would always have it to where you could create a queue and then just like, binge a few videos that you've already selected or whatever in the middle of watching something, be on the phone, cast over into the queue, there you go, point being, they now have a queue system on the normal website. That's nice. I like that. I don't really care much for the big thumbnails, that's cool too. I mean, it is nice. There's a bunch of other deals, but also we're not getting flooded with news section. This section. Music. Anime, because for some reason we caught you watching that one anime video, so therefore we're gonna recommend 60 others.
Yes,
then this other crap.
I think it's because I watched the Abridged with you. I got like, oh, this is the old stuff. Like, I don't really fucking care.
Yeah, it's bad enough on my phone. The mobile app still does this. I watched one thing on an anime. Like, I don't really know which one it was, but I just know it was one video on it because it was just talking about one of them. I'm like, this could be probably interesting to watch down the line. Look at it. I'm like, okay, cool. Close it. Refresh my YouTube because I've already looked at whatever the hell else was there. Filled with anime crap. Like, why? And it's only on my phone. It won't show any of that stuff on the computer version. But on my phone, it's all just full on anime. Like, okay, if someone opens this, they're gonna have a lot of questions.
What's wrong with you, man?
I mean,
what are you, a weeb?
Weeb? An otaku? Okay.
Fun fact is, people that doesn't know the difference is otaku is like you actually is for the whole culture about Japan.
Yeah.
Not only the anime culture, but everything. Weeb is more the anime culture.
Yeah.
If I have understood it correctly.
Yep. Now I've got... Oh. Here's why I say, oh hey, they did good. They finally did a good option. Because I even told this in our SFC group. I literally said, wow, YouTube finally did something good for a change, which was the queue system. I thought that was a good inclusion. They added a feature that people could actually care about. Some people don't care because they never used it anyway, and they will continue not to. That's fine. But for those who would actually like it, we now have it. Cool, that's a good feature. Now we're getting into the shit nobody gives a crap about, and why the hell YouTube, what's wrong with you? So here's one. I want to just read this tweet. In a few weeks, 1% of creators already using YouTube Studio will no longer see Back to Classic button. Excuse me? You want to You want to explain that one there? Because apparently it says this won't apply to everyone else until early next year. Point overall is saying the new Creator Studio they made. So if anyone here makes videos on YouTube or whatever on YouTube, you'll know that there's the Studio. There's two of them. There's the classic one that we've had for a while now, which has worked perfectly fine for us, and there's still tools on there that people use. Then we have the new Studio, which is broken as hell, doesn't always work because it's broken as hell, and it does not have all the features. A lot of features aren't even implemented yet, and for some stupid reason, YouTube just jumps in like, oh hey, new feature added to it. It's like, what about this one feature that still hasn't been added? We're working on it. Like, fucking... So you're not going to work on that, but now you're going to take away the button that gives us the original features.
Have already... One of the main features I have is the video section that I mostly use, is to go check, like, if I have an upload, if I have a lot of uploads, I want to be able to check what's the next day. But the problem is, it can be that you upload a video that is back on the old one, you could easily go through that. On the new one, it's like the ones that uploaded goes above the ones that is in schedule. Yeah, and it's like what's up from there. And it's like, why? I want to just check which one is next. Sometimes it's like mismatched. Like, even if you upload, we say, Death Stranding before I upload like a Spider-Man video, the Death Stranding video can go over the Spider-Man video, even though it's uploaded after or before the Spider-Man video. And I'm like, but why? Isn't that like, why?
This Ryan Reynolds gif. But why? Seriously. And then you have all the rest of the stuff that's going on there. I mean, along with the scheduled bits where it's like, oh hey, these are scheduled. And then once they finally get published, they say in the exact same spot on that studio when they're new on the other stuff. It's like, I have to keep scrolling down to this point when technically they've just been published now. But okay. And then there's also, they separate the live and video section. In a way I get that. In another way, why? Why would you do that? Because, especially for me, I mostly live stream these days instead of making a video because it's just easier that way. But you're separating all my stuff, and it's very confusing. It's not really that it's confusing, it's just that it's annoying to deal with. Never get it. I also don't get how is it when a freaking copyright claim pops in, it's like, oh no, you can't download your video now because it's copyright claim. Like, it was mine. The rest is perfectly available.
I got the muted audio today. Or, yeah.
I get that a lot on Twitch.
Yeah. It was on the Death Stranding video also. Everything like... No, I have gotten a few of those, like, but it hasn't been like a few hours after. This was like instant. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I go back to the other one. It's still unmuted. It's still functional. And I'm like, why this one? Why not the first one? Oh.
For another lovely YouTube deal, which not a lot of people know about. I've actually looked around, and not a lot of people know about this. There is apparently some new thing, which is probably going to be, not going to happen because of how many people don't want it to happen, but we're having another apocalypse, people. It's not an ad apocalypse. It's something else. it is what is known as the Cop-apocalypse. Yes, that sounds weird, but it's Kappa. It's like a... I forgot what it... Hold on. Let me look up the definition of the Kappa, because I don't remember the anagram name, what it means. So let me look that up real quick, and then I'll quickly explain what this is all about. Children's Online Privacy Protection Rule.
Oh yeah, that's just bullshit. That rule is so fucking bullshit.
If you're talking about the new one, yeah. So here's a new thing that they're wanting to get started. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, if that's what their thing is. Point being,
yeah,
government program over here, FTC, is wanting to basically amp up the whole COPPA routine. Because before, the whole idea was not to endanger children in any way or something like that, like in a video or whatever. Like, so it's not threatening to a child at all. That okay? That does make sense. Don't do that. That's stupid. But now we have this other thing they're wanting to do, which is basically make it to where if your video, if you're basically a content creator that is more family friendly or not, so don't really have to worry about that, but or if basically you made a video that could actually adhere perfectly to a child, but you don't set it that way, it's a thing. So basically their ruling is you will probably have a checkbox in your creator studio at some point, which hopefully this doesn't happen because a lot of people are saying no to it, but they'll put in a checkbox where you have to check every video on your own. There is no automatic set for it. YouTube probably says they may make an automatic deal for it, but for now it would be manual. Go through all of your videos and check whatever is family friendly, and whatever you don't set and whatever the FTC determines is actually family friendly, they will fine you $42,000.
And then I'm gonna say that I can just point to my, I think it says still in my description on my channel, not family friendly. Like
everything on mine says mature. The only thing that doesn't is YouTube because it doesn't have a setting for it. The only thing it does is age restriction, and that ruins the algorithm because then your video won't show up properly. Even for people who are like 24, freaking 40s, it won't show up properly because the age restriction lowers the discoverability of your video. So I can't use that. But
I'm gonna see if I can go to my description of YouTube. Okay, if I have still the information on the channel.
Yeah, no, basically all my stuff does say mature. Like all my stuff says like mature, 17 and up, because they don't say anything lower, but basically just, yeah, basically 17 and up in a sense, because that is how it is. If you can't handle any swearing or anything else. If it was A, there'd be something completely wrong. If it was an A, then I don't think I'd be allowed on YouTube. For various reasons.
Hi, my name is Alex and I'm a proud bisexual male who streams story games and first look every blah, blah. Family. Nope, I haven't taken that out of here.
Hold on a second. Take a drink.
Wow, I like how I have my name and I'm a proud bisexual. That's so fucking perfect.
You do that all the time. In like every description, that is your intro phase.
Yeah. Mostly because that's like show like I'm proud about who I am. If you wanna fight with me,
but
come at me, bro.
I mean, here's the thing also. A lot of people will do it in a sense. I guess it kind of makes sense because in a lot of cases people put in their bio, they'll say, you know, what they are, or they'll put in like the actual pronouns. So you don't do like the, what is it? He, him, she, her, or whatever else they would use, and go from there. And like, okay, but I guess that works there. At least it can't be as bad as the people who actually constantly say it every time in the thing. Like, no, don't, just shut up. Anyway, my point is the people who just blatantly keep saying it over and over again in their posts. What's like, it's in your bio, we get it, we notice that. Now, back to our point. Cop-apocalypse. Still sounds weird when I say that, but that is what it's called. So,
It sounds like the Copas from like fucking
Avada Copper.
Mario. It's like the Copas from Mario trying to take over the world.
King Kappa. Or King Kappa at this rate. But anyway. So point overall is that what the FTC is trying to do is they apparently are trying to make something that would harm them less, because their thought is that the way advertisements work is that there are normal advertisements and then there are interest-based advertisements. What interest-based means, obviously, is if you're browsing the internet and say you, I don't know, go to Amazon and look at this item that you want, or just like look around at it, that will go into that'll basically go into the ad system, and you'll start seeing that on websites now, that product. Because you looked at it somewhere else, those ads will pop up because it's your interest, so it's just trying to lead you to it. I mean, of course, some of those are actually adware and you shouldn't click on those, but others are legitimate. Point being, it'll do that for you. You'll look for discounts in the ads, whatever, all that stuff. Problem is, FTC
I'm not kidding, I
is...
just incognito mode on some stuff.
I just use uBlock Origin. I say, screw you guys, no ads. I don't care anymore.
I'm not talking about ads. I'm just talking about in general. Like, uBlock doesn't block what your IRS thinks anyway. So.
Huh?
Not IRS. IPS.
What about the IP?
Not the IP. What is it called? ISP.
ISP? What about the ISP?
Those can say anything you do, no matter
Yeah,
what.
I know,
Unless
but
you're like,
the uBlock is just for blocking ads, that's all it does. What I'm saying.
yeah.
But anyway, what I'm saying here is that what the FTC thinks is that interest-based ads are bad and harmful for children. So what that checkbox is that I mentioned before is that when you check it, it will turn off interest-based ads for that video. And there have been tests run.
Worse.
Yeah, it makes it a lot worse, by the way, because there have been many tests done to where, and these are actual statistics that I remember from reading an article, a few articles actually, of how this works, is that when you turn interest-based ads off of a YouTube channel for someone who, say, makes $100 off that video, they will then get from, what is it? I think it was 10 to 90% off revenue they'll lose.
Yeah.
Because they turn off interest-based
someone
ads.
mentioned 60 by 90%.
It could have been 60 by 90, but
90.
basically it's a very huge percentage taken off. So they'll get from, like, let's say 100 down to like $10 for that video.
10 to 40 bucks. Like, that's what you lose more than you get.
No, that's how much you just get. Like, you get 10 or whatever, like 10, say, to 40 only for that video, when you're supposed to get like 100. So you just lost a lot of money because FTC's like, no, screw you, children can't have that stuff. Like, they can, and for the record, children, get off YouTube. You have a YouTube Kids. They make that for you.
And that is what I want to talk about. YouTube Kids. It exists.
Yeah,
YouTube
it exists.
It.
They make a platform for you. And if you're going to be sitting there like, oh, but that's like for 3-year-olds. No, they make it all the way for 13. Or 12 in this case, because 13 is when you're allowed to.
Yeah, because you need to be... Yeah, on YouTube, you must be 13 and up to have an account.
Yeah.
It doesn't
You
matter
can have a child account, but that only works on YouTube Kids. But it's the point to say that you need to go to YouTube Kids, and guess what? If you're, say, I don't know, 9 or 10 or something, and you like gaming videos, there's a lot of gaming videos on YouTube Kids for, family-friendly creators and stuff. They're on YouTube Kids. You can go watch that. It's still there.
I get the idea that FTC, what the input idea is like, yeah, it's a good thing, but there is an option that they can use, and that's not YouTube's fault. That's the thing. They blame YouTube for who's watching. That's not their fault. It's the kids' fault, or rather the parents' fault,
really, because they need to be monitoring anyway. It's the job to monitor what your kids are doing. Not all the time. You don't be a freaking, don't shelter them to death, because that's not gonna help you in any way. But make sure that they're not doing stupid stuff, like going on to normal YouTube and watching, say, us freaking sit here and swear all day. Because that's not what we're here for. We're not here to entertain kids. We're here to entertain the unmature adults, because half the time they're not mature anyway, but whatever. We're here to... We don't care about your immature kids, we're entertaining immature adults, because that's how it works.
Yeah. And if you're a kid watching this, what the fuck are you doing? Why? Why are you watching this?
For sure.
Oh.
I've had kids watch my stuff before,
No,
and
go do your
I'll say
homework.
this. Go do it. I'll say this when it comes down to it. I used to be okay with the whole kid-friendly thing, and I would try to be, but that was before, you know, I was actually much younger when I actually started this, because, again, this is like my 5th, this is actually my 6th,
Yeah,
I don't know how many years it's been.
I think we talked about this on Destiny.
Yeah,
Was
but
it last
we've
stream?
talked about, it was like 2 streams ago, but 2 Destiny streams, but basically I'm saying that I've been on Destiny, God, I've been on YouTube for a while, thanks for choking my words. I've been on YouTube for a while, so at the beginning I was trying to be more kid-friendly, but mainly because a lot of people in my family actually watched what I was doing, and of course I can't just sit here and start swearing like crazy, because then they'll freaking get pissed off, and now they can't say a thing about it, because hello, they have no judgment. They can't do anything about it, and they can do whatever the hell I want to. And right now, I'm saying, not gonna work out on the kids.
Stop swearing, boy!
I'm saying, when it came down to it, you know, people would actually start watching, like, you know, kids would start watching the channel and everything. Went, well, I can't really do anything funny because all my jokes revolve around adult humor or whatever, so it doesn't really work.
Offensive and like really, offensive and like humor that's not meant.
Yeah, humor that's not really meant for kids. And not
Yeah,
the kind
I mean,
they put in Disney movies or something to where it can be for kids and adults where they both get a laugh because they both think in 2 different ways. But, you know. Or where you just put in a hidden joke.
Kind of joke.
That is the one thing I find funny is when you watch something as a kid and you're like, oh, this is great and all. And then you watch it as an adult and you're like, ha, that's dirty.
Like, you could watch like a show, they could say one thing. Oh, that's cool, that's cute. And everybody on the other like, ha, that's cute, but in a different way.
Yeah, and then you have, what was it? I think, I don't freaking remember, but all I'm saying is there's just a lot of people that do that, but overall, it's the point that I don't know what the hell the FTC is thinking when it comes down to all this, because, I mean, what government program thinks straight? What part of any government thinks straight? I mean, hell, we have freaking FTC is mainly doing all this stuff over here and in other places trying to enforce this COPPA deal. And then we also had Article 13 over in Europe. That didn't help either. What are we doing?
Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Are you a boy or a girl?
Or part of that Technicolor dreamscape in between.
That you're gonna have that's gonna be like if anybody got into the Pokemon world and you had that SUV or anything like being the Pokemon world, it would be like a fucking. It would be like, hey, what did you just say to this new person that just moved here? Did you ask if they're a boy or a girl? How dare you? Like,
get with the times, Professor.
like 1996, Pokemon comes out. We got boy or girl. 2019, what the fuck did you just ask? Sir, what did you ask this innocent
FBI, open up.
creature?
This person of unidentified gender or whatever, because they haven't told me yet.
What did you ask it? What did you ask this creature?
Creature, wow, that sounds way worse than what you're intending.
I mean, it's a kid, I don't really fucking care. Another thing, like as a Pokemon, you're 10-year-old. Do you want that fucking dangerous pet? It can kill you.
Guess what?
Also,
You're 10 years
think
old.
that
You are
evil
now
organization-
legally allowed to travel all
Robbing
across the
Pokemon?
world by yourself, fighting with dangerous, like, animals that can shoot laser beams and create fire tornadoes and all this other crap. And
then you have that fucking
no one cares.
kid that tries to rob you. You know those that the cops doesn't really care about. Those kid type, yeah. Stay away from them. They are not good for you. And if they come close to them, just battle them. They will run away then. By some reason. Like, you know how they like solve issues in Pokemon? It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, oh my god, I'm gonna steal your Pokemon. Let's battle! Like, it's a kid from 10 years old.
See, this is one thing. I'm also gonna do another name drop. Dorkly made the best scenario with this, where it's just like, oh, we are Team Rocket. We will, we will steal this person's Pokemon by battling. They lose. Then there's this game that comes along, just like, what are you trying to do? It's like, trying to, rob to this kid's Pokemon and everything. Like, but why didn't you just take it? It was just sitting right there. It's like, well, we had the battle and everything, right? Like, no. It's like, you know what you could have also used? This gun. Just like pulls out a gun. Like, you could use this and threaten the kid with. It's like, hey, I want to take.
No, actually, because it's a family-friendly show.
Again, Dorkly, they don't care.
Yeah, I mean that's
Here's a way to say family friendly is not a thing. Go search up Mario Goes Berserk. Be good.
Also, like, and you use like the same thing. Like, I'm gonna steal all your cards, and let's battle. Like,
okay, and then like 20 minutes into the battle, because for some reason it takes 20 minutes to duel between two people.
No,
I didn't tell you.
An hour to battle because they're gonna be like sitting talking half of the battle for no reason, and they have put out like one card each and be like, I'm gonna do this to you. Like,
it's just like, oh, and I didn't tell you, but when you lose this, I'm gonna send you to the Shadow Realm. Like, what? What is this random realm you speak of that you clearly made up for plot convenience? And somehow the writers are okay with this. And then here comes 4Kids with finger guns and lollipop cigarettes. Or whatever the hell else they did.
Oh, didn't they remove the suicide thing? Or the one where Kaiba takes suicide? Or was like, I'm gonna kill myself if I lose. Like, bitch. You're a fucking cow.
Probably so.
Yeah, so he was battling Yugi in the kingdom first season. So he's like battling Yugi. Then he's on the way to lose to a Curveball with 200 defense points, and it's a fucking milk shield. And he's like, if I lose, I'm gonna kill myself. And Yugi is like, so you have the Pharaoh. He's like, attack the blue eyes, and Yugi's like, no! I'm like, why? First of all, if he kills himself, that's his own problem. I don't fucking care.
Second of all, this was advertised as a children's card game. You want to go this direction? Okay. Honestly, I'd say that's probably fine that 4Kids did take that out, because that's one of the things that probably shouldn't be taken out.
Yeah, it's not like that's the thing. Also, it's like, it's a kid's shitty card game, and then they are like, we're gonna send it to a Shadow Realm. Like, what?
That's just basically that is basically just the child-friendly way to say, I'm gonna send you to this realm that's likely gonna kill you. This is our way to kill you off the cast, send you to another realm.
Actually, that realm doesn't necessarily kill you. It's just like a really fucking dark area, and then people are like, oh, this. Okay,
I'm in a dark area, alone. What's for, bro?
Like, oh, cool. You gonna send me somewhere?
Like,
cool. Let me just draw this card. Just let me draw this card. Oh, look, I won. And I drew this specific card to make me win.
Like, huh? You're gonna send me to this different area, huh? Let me just pack my bags. At least go into a very dark vacation. It's very bright here. It'd be nice to go into a dark area for once. Go for it. Seriously, I mean, honestly, I'll say it this much. It would still take quite a bit of it, but the way abridged writing is lately, you know how it is like, I don't think we could ever hold a candle to, but I honestly think that we could definitely pull something out just to make it different. It's more of a making fun of, rather than an abridge. Because, I mean, then again, abridge is just a shortening of, but nowadays it's like, obviously making fun of it, but not gonna hold a candle to, but still I think we do a pretty good job making fun of them. Or hey, maybe we could do the whatever in however many minutes.
Oh god. But don't forget on the talking. Don't forget we needed talking and the backstage gamers. Like the three fucking people that doesn't do anything. They're like,
and that one guy who constantly forgets
card.
what that one card does. Just like, I play this trap card. Like, it's like, oh, stuff my trap cards on that. It's just like, I wonder what that does. It's like, oh, it does this, this, and this. Next episode. Oh, I wonder what that trap card does. Like, I explained this to you last time, but just for the people who, for some reason, now joining this episode, because for some reason you want to watch the episodes mid-go, not right from the beginning, I'm going to explain it to you. Exposition nonsense.
And then you have, and again, those are behind, like, if he does this, if he plays this way, he's gonna win. Like, oh, can we watch the dude? I don't really care about you. You people don't know. I want to watch the actual, but he needs to play this. Like, sir, I don't care. Let me finish.
And it's like an anime trope, also, like a big anime trope. Whenever there's some kind of competition involved, that is what happens. Is that it's always somebody in the background explaining what the hell is going on in that competition.
That's like the only thing that's good with Pokemon. There's not really someone telling you what to do. It's like straight on battle.
Okay, I'll admit this, that, you know, I'm currently watching the latest, let's say, I guess it kind of is season in a way, of Food Wars, or as it's called, you know, Japan, Shokugeki no Soma, whatever point is. That whole thing, it's food competitions, as it says, Food Wars. So, it's a competition of people making food and all that other crap. And yes, it's definitely not for the light of heart. But say, it's the when they do that, and there's always some guy in the back like, oh, he added this ingredient and that ingredient, oh my god, he did this to make it taste better. Like, okay, I just saw him put all that in the pan. Do you have to explain it off screen? Shut up.
If he does this way, he's gonna win.
In some cases, when you don't see them, they explain, it's like, okay, you know what? That makes sense. You're explaining for exposition's sake, whatever the hell. The other guy, shut up. I know what he did. We just had a whole scene, not even 10 minutes ago, about him going to the store to pick up these items.
You have that one guy that tells everything that's happening, and then you have the one guy that's telling you how they should do it. Like, he should do it this way, and this way, and he wins. Like, okay.
Oh, and fun
anyway,
fact,
he played this thing, and he did this thing. Like, I just saw it. Do you have to tell me once again? But he did it. You sure you done?
Also, the fun fact about this show, it is an ecchi. And by the way of what that basically means is every time for some reason people bite into a piece of food, their clothes explode. They just explode off the furs, like, okay. Doesn't show anything, really. It just...
Okay, I think we need to get off this topic.
I'm just saying, look, it's fine if you explain what's about. Point being, I don't really care for that.
Okay, that's wrong, but now it's wrong to say that, but we're getting into a territory that is not our type, and it's a territory that
it's not that we were really getting into. It's not really that we were getting into the topic of. It's just I was mentioning.
Yeah. Remember, it's out. If we talk about something...
I wasn't, though. I was just mentioning what the show was of.
And
then I was going to finish.
That's what I'm talking about. We mention stuff, and what happens when we mention stuff? We get into it.
Yeah, but I wasn't. If you were going to get into it, I was immediately going to tell you, shut up. And move on. Now, on to the next thing. So, I don't have much of trash. There might still be some over there in the truck bed, but I don't really know as of yet, because honestly,
I think we're gonna go into a topic that Next doesn't know anything about. Because one, about it. Because two, three.
Check around. Hold on a minute. There's trains I can look around at. Okay, for some reason there was a rematch between KSI and Logan Paul. Who the hell gives a fuck?
Yeah. Did you miss that one?
It's in training right now, okay? I don't care about those two at all, and
here's the thing. I
literally have those as blocked terms.
I don't care,
and I don't care.
That's my free reasoning to I don't care.
Those are blocked phrases on Twitter for me. What would you think?
But yeah, let's go into a topic that Next doesn't know anything about, because that's a fun topic, and it's a review mostly of the topic, because We talked about it earlier.
Go for it.
So basically, as we talked about earlier, Death Stranding came out 2 days ago at 12 a.m. 8th of November. So I pre-ordered it, I think June or July. I pre-ordered the game. And one thing I'm gonna mention is I got a steel case for that. Because I got a steel book. I don't get why it's called a book, because it's like, it's not a fucking book, it's a fucking case. You put this case, there's a case.
Oh.
It's not a book.
Okay. This is still on topic because it's about Death Stranding. But I just remember my other trash. I remember my other trash I just found in the back because it's still about Death Stranding. This is more so about a company that decided to do this type of thing. So everybody know the company Best Buy. Everybody know those guys. They're not very good at delivering. And I'm not saying for my sake, I'm saying for somebody else's sake. I forgot what their name is, but if somebody would tell me later, that's fine, or I can look it up later and I'll just mention it. Point being, this person decided to pre-order Death Stranding off of Best Buy, and it would be delivered. Well, their package came in. You know what the package was? It was literally the case with a sticker on it. No box, no cardboard box, no cushion, none of that, just the, whatever you just said, the freaking book. Basically that and a sticker on it, that was it.
We actually have a second thing to trash about Death Stranding topic.
Hold on, still going. So, the thing that happened is that when they received that, pretty sure it had some defects on it because, again, literally that's all they did. And also, the sticker where it basically covers up so, you know, you can't open the game or anything, was cut open, and then someone else put other tape back on it. And you know why that sticker thing was cut open? Because everything on the inside was taken.
Yeah.
And you know who delivered...
We had the second thing.
Hold on, you know who delivered that? UPS. Oh boy. If nobody knows, I used to work for UPS. I know how trash they are.
You're lagging out.
I heard that. That's what I was saying.
My Discord, because I'm trying to get a picture of my steel case. I'm gonna send you the picture because
I know what it.
Yes, I know how you know how it looks, but I want to download it from a PlayStation and show it to stream for those who have not actually seen them. I need to download it, and I'm using your account because I don't know where the link is on it. But the second thing we should talk about Death Stranding that also happened was like that you mentioned a few days ago is the PC version, like people YouTube or you mentioned it, but I don't think we talked about it.
If you're talking about the cancel pre-orders, we have talked about.
We could talk about it again. Watch that episode because apparently some people actually doesn't do that. I don't.
You were liking out a lot just trying to do this image. Honestly, I could just get the image for you. It's not hard. I literally know exactly where that image is. Because you posted in like 6 different channels.
Fuck, I can't do anything. Sorry, I can't show you the case. Because apparently my stuff is stupid.
Well, again, you posted in 6 different places.
I mean, I can show you really quick. I don't think... Okay, I can show that back on his stream. So, really quick, show you. Because I'm on Discord, so I'm gonna show you this. Real quick, gonna close down the...
Yeah, you were just lagging all over the place because of that.
Closing down.
It's going nuts. So I'm gonna go to TMI file while his bit catches up. and he can just cut me off right whenever it actually catches up correctly. That could be literally right now. But for some reason, it's lagging out like crazy.
Okay, so fuck, that's not good. Okay, so now at the moment I'm showing the picture of my. This is the picture. This is the still case I got. I'm showing you through what I sent you. The only thing they see is the picture of the game and the stuff that have. I don't fucking remember what it's called. And the thumbnail is gonna be. They know how the thumbnail is gonna look like on YouTube. And we should be back. I should be able. People that doesn't know, I have a cat in my left bottom corner. For those who noticed it, you're not noticing my cat. That's sad. Cat. How dare you not notice my little innocent kitty cat?
There's the picture for everybody on my side. There it is.
Hi.
I'm getting rid of that now, but
Yeah, so really, I like the drawing or the picture of them normal readers.
what was the? Oh no, we didn't talk about that. I'm trying to circle around to something, but yeah.
We were going to talk about Death Stranding.
Well, yeah, you were gonna talk about. Hold on, I wasn't done with the delivery story thing. It was rather done. I haven't mentioned it before. But all I'm going to say really quickly is the fact that if anybody out there trying to deliver something or is getting something delivered and you have the choice, just don't pick UPS. Why I say it? Well, okay. If you have Amazon Prime, you don't have a choice because that's all it goes through. But, oh boy, they're such a terrible people. Because when it comes down to it, they don't care about your packages. They will squish it. They will throw it across a truck trailer. They will use it as a stackable box. And oh, by the way, if that box says fragile, so if you buy like say a lamp or something that has glass in it, they don't care, they'll throw it. They'll just like toss it across the room. How I know this? Because I was a part of that deal. I didn't like doing it, but hell, I had to. Good for me.
Well,
So basically, yeah, if you're gonna be ordering something, so if you were ordering,
you pre-ordering something, go to the store instead to get it out.
or pre-order a digital version, so you don't have to get really crap, and then get the other stuff
like,
from.
Need a bunch of collection stuff, like I'm gonna get.
Oh, by the way. No, don't center me out of this. I like collection stuff too. I'm just saying that a lot of stuff. Meh. When it comes down to it, though, I didn't really see much when it came down to the Death Stranding physical. Oh, you get a steelbook.
It's not only that, I got King Swords there, but I don't know where they are laying, but hey, I don't really care.
But I guess that's fine.
I was actually after the steelbook because I know when you have steelbooks, I have two of them. I have one of Pokemon Ultra.
Got one.
I didn't get that one. I got a steelbook for Pokemon Ultra Move.
Got a steelbook for, or it's not really a steelbook. I guess it kind of is. I guess I technically have two then. I have the one for Halo 5. But also have the one for Reach, but I have the legendary crate for that. And that has the statue in it. And I'm not allowed to take out the statue and assemble it. Why? Because apparently, it's better worth if you don't touch it. Like, yeah, sure, but I'm not ever going to sell it. Why do I ever... That's another thing. What do people think? You buy something that is collector's. You can't touch a dang thing about it because it'll be worth more later. Sometimes I get that when you're wanting to actually preserve mint stuff. But then you have the other stuff where you want it for yourself. You don't care about any other people getting it later. You want it for yourself. So why care about worth?
Fun thing about my Pokemon one is that I got that when I bought the game. Not pre-ordering it, I just got it buying the game.
I've had that one time where it basically was like the day after the game came out. And like I just got the game, I didn't pre-order anything, I got it, and they gave me the pre-order bonus anyway. They gave me the pre-order bonus, or they gave me some little bit better. I'm like, oh.
I think it's probably because it's one of those pre-order bonus like that didn't get because
they probably just had it left over and just like, meh.
like GameStop, they hold the games for 48 hours after it came out. If you don't pick it up, they probably will sell it as regular game. And that's
You know what's
like,
even worse
you
about
can-
that is the fact that they'll hold it, and if you paid for it, if you fully paid it off, because a lot of places, you know, you actually do the pre-order and you don't pay it till the day of. In a way, GameStop is just the layaway thing. You can pay the full-on price right away, or in the months between. You can pay like $5 each time or whatever. You can do whatever the hell you want. But
yeah.
point being, if you just paid full price for your pre-order and you're just waiting to get it, well, sucks for you because your thing just got sold.
That's also the thing. Like, if you don't go get it, that's your only, like, if you pre-order stuff, remember, don't be full scheduled that day if you know a game is coming out.
That's the thing. I mean, at times you can't really help it.
Yeah, I mean, GameStop were one of the GameStops closed in town, but one down in the city, that we call it the city because like in the middle of the city, of the city, it's like, it's called City, basically. The games up there closed, but every time a game was released and was new that I had pre-ordered, they called me the day before and was like, hey, this game is coming out tomorrow.
You should just get texts.
And I didn't get, they actually called me. And
Well,
was
that's
like,
the
hey,
thing. Around here, people actually okay, not really around here. When it comes to me and everything else, we read text because it's not freaking hard to look at your phone for 2 seconds to see, oh hey, something texted me. Oh cool. And then a lot of other people are like, oh, but I never read text. Like, I never actually see those. Like, how? How do you not? Back to the point.
I respect that they call actually. Like, that's like.
I mean, that is respectful.
I call the text.
But at
Like,
the
I don't
same
really
time-
care which. Like, I don't care which way, but as long as I get a text or a call, I'm fine.
That's fine and all, but at the same time, I don't like it when people call me because I don't like calls. I think they're entirely ridiculous, and I don't give a crap.
Stop being such an introvert.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't like it when people call, and I don't like having to take calls. Yes, I know it's called being an adult, but I just don't. Okay? Not fun.
Yeah, I know.
Not fun at all
I
when it
hate
comes down to it.
But back to what we was gonna talk about.
I will let
It's
you
not really
continue
good.
with your Death
Right.
Stranding. Just here's the deal. Do not spoil.
I'm not gonna spoil except the one part that from the thumbnail on the stream from my stream, and like this, like the first 2 seconds, like the stream, the
Alright.
video thumbnail,
I
but
don't
the
know who
death stuff,
I don't know
death
which one.
stuff in the game.
Who?
Wire, YouTube,
Who?
a little
What?
pony.
I'm saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying who made it.
Who made what? What?
You were saying like who made like the stream or whatever about something like the.
I
you were
made the
saying-
stream. You know,
Okay,
the stream
yeah.
I did, like, yeah, the thumbnail for my video that came out yesterday.
Okay, then talk about your thumbnail.
Because that's the thumbnail for the first video on YouTube. Stranding is a death. Like I died because I died like this, like a cliff, and I was trying to look for where I need to go. I'm serious. I was trying to figure out where to go. I see a cliff. Look at that, and I like, you know, one of those moments where you contain your whole stick instead of releasing it. It was one of those. Like, you know, you should stop. But it's like, nope. And then I fell down and
Head
died. And I'm
first.
like, not head first, it was legs first, then like rolling down, breaking every bone basically.
You get the point.
And then when you died, it was like a really interesting way. Like, normally when you die, you just press continue or load game. Here it was like, you had to fucking find your body. Like, you had to find where you would die.
A lot of games do that.
It was fucking weird.
Well, if you have to find your body and stuff again, a lot of games do that.
Yeah, but that's not the creepiest part. Is what happens after. I'm not gonna spoil it because that's so fucking creepy. And
But
also,
see,
like,
the point of the game really was for people to actually die and then go around with it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm pretty sure you never expect anyone to go through without at least one death.
Yeah, I think you kind of die in game one, at least. Not die, but you like die.
Scripted die?
Yeah, I feel like that's like the thing. You like don't die, but you died. Like I think I don't know if it died actually.
Scripted death.
It's not scripted death. Like here's the thing.
What do you mean
like,
you die? You die. I don't, that doesn't make any other sense. It's
I
either
don't know,
you
it's
die
weird.
by, you either die by your own hand or you die by the game's hand. The game's hand is scripted. Your hand is you just did something or you sucked and you died.
Yeah. Look, I have not died yet, except that one time. But here's
Wait,
like this is like the first like minute. I'm gonna spoil that because that's like our first minute is like a lot of fucking talk about this happened, like how the world ended, basically. That's how they talk about because this is a post-apocalyptic game. Based, actually, for those that doesn't know this, Death Stranding is based around the event of Ceratician Stranding. For those that doesn't know, that is when whales and dolphins beaches. Like they get stranded on a beach. That's what the game is based around. You can see that because of like a lot of them. Not in like a few cutscenes has that like showing whales a lot. I think that's somewhere. I think that's the premise is the Cretaceous death. Stranding. I'm talking, okay,
Also,
but also
stranding basically just mean you're stranded. Death.
yeah, but back to the first minute of the cinematic where you actually get to see Norman Reedus, aka Sam Porter, because that's what his character is named in this game. And for those that doesn't know this, they have a 3D modeling system. So every character that you are meeting is meant to look as the voice actor that they're played by.
Yeah, that's face matching, buddy. That's
Yeah, but
about.
he said,
That is a lot of.
yeah, but it's more
lot of games.
advanced this time. Whatever.
It's not really more advanced. Actually, I'm pretty sure the more advanced is them changing it rather than just having the same thing.
I mean, didn't you hear about
basically nearly 99% of game models these days came from a person's face, and they just messed with it. They didn't full on create that. So same difference.
But yeah, basically, so
Everything's about
the first minute he comes in on a bike, like a really futuristic bike. I think it has 3 wheels. It does have 2. I don't know if it has 2 or 3 wheels.
Pretty sure it's 2.
No, I think it was 3 wheels. I think the back wheel was like 2 wheels. And the back side had 2
how
wheels.
that works. 2 wheels on the wall. Oh, let's keep going.
Yeah, so, and basically, and again, first minute, it's like, you see him come in, like, really beautiful view. Then, like, a little bit later, like, you see, like, footprint in the ground. You see them being made also. But you don't see the creature itself. And that's what made me interested. I was like,
And that was the E3 trailer.
yeah, it was like, this is gonna be interesting. Invincible enemies. That's like, I kind of like the idea of having an invincible enemy. Like, invincible.
Invincible is can't die. Invisible is not seen.
Mi no habla inglés.
Clearly. You tell
There's
this
kind
is
of-
his second language?
You tell that if I spoke Swedish, I would speak the same way.
Eh.
Do you speak any languages? Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Want to find
that's
out?
the thing. The game itself is like, it's a beautiful game. Like, I
Let's go
like
back
the
to
style of it. It's Kojima, what the fuck do you expect,
I
man?
wouldn't expect. I mean, when it comes down to it, I'll say this. Honestly, I've never really been interested in much of his work. I mean, it's not that his games aren't interesting. It's just I never actually been that much into it. I mean, the first Metal Gear that I actually got into was Phantom Pain, and I didn't really get into it that much because honestly, I just didn't want to. I mean, yeah, it's got a slow point, and a lot of the stuff just never really caught my eye because, in a way, I don't know. I always thought the Metal Gear thing was more supposed to be. I thought it was supposed to be more of a realistic point. For some reason, I thought that because, again, I never played the other one, so how would I know? But I thought it was trying to get more realistic into it, and then out of nowhere, we freaking have the freaking whatever they are, super fast zombie-like things. I don't know their name. The freaking one squad.
Yeah,
died
those
off.
fucking phantom stuff.
Yeah, like
Those
that
like
stuff happens, and I'm just like,
and you're like, what the fuck?
first I was like, okay. Second I was like, oh shit, because they're freaking storming after me. 3, I was like, that's not really okay. Kind of just drug my deal down. I don't know.
I mean, it's like when you play like a superhero game. It's like, oh, I'm fighting this people, and then it's like coming something super big and like really weird, and you're like, I'm fighting that thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I remember I have the oven on at home. Like, I forgot the oven on.
I forgot the oven on at Mother Base. I need to go back. I'm pretty sure D-Dog is somewhere in that kitchen. I should probably go back there. Anyway.
Like,
but I'll say this. I mean, when it comes down to it, I do actually want to try to play all of them at some point. I mean, I have the second and third one is on Xbox like Game Pass and it's backwards compatible, so I could just go buy it and play it on there. But
the only two I have played Snake Eater. That's the only. That was the one
I have played
first.
the first like minute of Snake Eater, then I stopped because this was years ago, and at the time I just didn't really care. But you know, I probably would now.
It's a good fucking game though.
Well, that's why I said I probably would now. And I wanted to play the fourth one, but the problem is the fourth one is PS3 exclusive, and well, I don't have a PS3, so that's gonna take a while.
Noob.
Why would I buy a PS3 other than just to get something like that? Anyway, there's that bit, and then the first one has like 6 different ports. Got 3, but there's all that stuff. I don't know. Point is, Kojima makes a lot of good stuff, and honestly, yes, I definitely still want to try out Death Stranding, but I don't think I'd buy it myself. Mainly because I know my experience trying to play Phantom Pain, and eventually I just gave up on it because I didn't really care for it at the end.
That was kind of funny when I checked when I got the tags for it. Was like stealth. I'm like, that's interesting actually. Like, that's like one of the missions that actually like kind of stealth, but like. I'm gonna say the stealth system in this game is weird. Like, it's not like the little I did was like it's super weird because of you meeting invincible enemies and and of course there I could see them, but like it was super weird to fucking because then it was like you ran into something and it was like what the fuck is happening, and I got confused. And of course, one of the issues with this game is like it's slow running. Like you're running really slow. Like when you're walking, it's not that much faster running.
Yeah, I've
and he's like, and he's like fucking drunk or something. Because if you go on a rock, I'm not kidding. If you fucking walk on a rock, he fucking starts stumbling, and you're like, the fuck? Are you drunk?
He's Norman Reedus. If he's not drunk, then why am I playing? Because he was sure as hell drunk in PT, that's for damn sure.
Sir, did you drink again? Did you touch the whiskey? Did you touch the whiskey? I told you not to touch the whiskey.
Are you hearing voices over the radio? Are they telling you not to turn around? You're drunk. Now, the other bit I was going to say is that I've seen some gameplay because, you know, basically scroll through Twitter or something and it just pops up like right then and there because obviously Death Stranding just came out. It's gonna be popular.
The only thing I
keep seeing the thing pop up and I just try to skip.
Prologue. Actually, watch the prologue. That's not gonna spoil the whole game.
Considering my deal, it's not that it's gonna spoil the whole game. I don't care for that. It's the point that I don't want a single bit of imagery spoiled. The way my head works is that once I see the first preview or trailer of something, I never want to see anything of it again until I get it myself. No more trailers, no more gameplay videos, nothing. No interviews just talking about it. I don't want to look at it. I want my own experience because I want to care for myself and not be deranged by something else.
Yeah.
I just do my own thing.
The one thing, here's the funny thing. The whole game is a beta one. You're a deliverable. Like that's
oh
the
yeah,
thing. You're a deliverable.
I saw.
You're a deliverable. Welcome.
There's a short video where there's like 20 stacks of boxes on this one guy, and he's just casually running around. I'm like, what the fuck? You're just gonna okay. You know what? I'm not going to try to explain the physics of how there's that many boxes on you. You're running perfectly fine, and then you get on your motorcycle and you just drive off with that many boxes on your back. Like, okay. Oh, and by the way, the baby's crying. You might want to soothe that.
Yeah.
Freaking
That's
Norman
the thing
fetus.
that helped me see, by the way,
Raises
is the
fetus.
baby. That's helping me to see the Invincible.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just...
That's the thing. Like, it's so fucking weird to do that sneak mission. That was one of the weirdest missions I did. Like, the other one was like, deliver this. Okay, simple.
Yeah,
Then you
it's
get
funny
to like,
there is-
oh hey, you have to escape from here, but there's a lot of stuff around you, so you need to sneak by. Oh, by the way, they're invincible because you like, I'm saying that. What you're telling me is that I have to sneak by some invincible fuckers.
Again,
Hello.
this was all prevalent in the first trailer for Death Stranding. Ready 3.
Yeah. So you basically like,
So you knew about the invisible people from the beginning right away, just from seeing that, not from the game. So you should.
I didn't watch the trailer because I don't watch trailers.
Again, you should watch the first trailer of something and never watch again. That's the point. How else do you get into something otherwise? Because then you're kind of just
Doesn't say
betraying your own.
Kojima, I definitely buy it.
Well, I'm saying when it comes to you, I'm pretty sure you just basically betrayed your own like opinion of trying not to buy into something that has too much hype. And in this case, this is something that has too much hype.
I didn't buy it for
Probably
the
it would
hype.
be.
I bought it because of I know who made it, and I was like, I know this dude's got a good game, and I know because of he's not for a company anymore.
Well, yeah, like I said,
For what
I'm likely just going to try to play the game in some way, like, you know, borrowing
if
it from
you want-
somebody if I'm able to, or wait until it
if you
comes
don't
out
feel
on
like
PC.
streaming it, you could do a shot play on it if you're gonna watch the game.
I could, but no, I think share play only works on digital games still. I still only go on physical.
No,
Why
I
they
think
just
it
don't
works
care.
on every game. Like, exactly works on every game because I know I have GTA. It works on
Actually, no,
GTA.
it does work on physical. But anyway,
Yeah,
overall,
because it's like a local game thing.
I know, but
I think you could stream it. Because
I
of
could,
that.
but I don't think it's going to work in the first place because of input latency. But what I'm saying anyway is that I'll probably just check out anyway. It doesn't matter how much I would think the game be nice. I'm just not going to spend my money on it. And again, it's because I've had experience with Phantom Pain to where, you know, people tell me, oh, it's good, it's great. It's like, oh, great story, all this other stuff. And I'm like, I can't even get past like the 6th or 7th mission. And it's the point to where I just don't give a crap anymore. I'm pretty sure
I played it when I was really bored. That's how much time I had. I was really bored. I was like, oh, the story's kind of okay, but it's like, it's not like it really worth playing. Too slow.
Really, the slowness was in the beginning because the entire prologue is just crawling.
I mean, I get when it again.
Yeah, he's been in a coma for 9 years,
slow,
but Jesus, man, freaking walk.
But why should I walk? I eat snake, man.
And then freaking Snake just comes out the freaking door like, kept you waiting, huh? Yes.
That's so fucking dumb. Like, I get the game is meant to be like a bit slower, a slow pace game. I mean, like, that's
One thing
fine.
that is like great when it comes down to it is like timing and pacing when it comes to like some game, movie, or TV show, whatever. It's just like there is a fine art of doing that, and a lot of stuff works great in its original way. But with this, I don't know. I don't really care too much. I want something that's gonna grab my attention, and really the game didn't. And honestly, I just don't want to spend money on something that will likely be something I just buy and then just don't play for the longest time ever. Don't have to deal with that.
That was like, I don't watch normally, like, the one which I don't watch trailers is because I don't want to get spoiled for the story, because they have a tendency to destroy stories by doing that.
Well, the first trailer
There's
usually doesn't, it's just a teaser. Also, Kojima has literally never spoiled their story like in his trailers. His whole point of it was that before the game released, you were not supposed to know a single thing of what the game was about. Of course, he had to say it at one point, but you were not supposed to know. And at this moment, for some people, they're still playing the game, they still don't know what the hell is going on.
I have played, like, I'm looking at, same here, I have played 2 hours today, about 1:30 of the game. I still don't know what the fuck. I know, like, oh, United States has gone under. The world is gone under. Fine, I get that.
Every post-apocalyptic.
Like, I get that part. That's fine.
Then you have that one where it's like,
But I'm a fucking delivery boy. What do I have to do with this? Like, seriously. Don't you have a 10-year-old to fix this?
Not China. Africa, that's what. Yeah.
Like, what is this? I'm not a 10-year-old with a fucking pacifist free fire. Let them handle it.
I don't know.
Maybe we're making fun of Pokemon again. Why fucking, like, seriously though, like, think about a post-apocalyptic game with Pokemon. It would be like, they would tell the kid, be like, hey, you need to stay in the I'm
pretty sure in general that the game itself could just be post-apocalyptic by just one of them. We need one, and oh boy, there it goes.
I don't get it, but it is with Japan and sending kids on fucking quests.
I don't know what Japan and kids in the first place. They're just like the point of all their stories. It's just, oh hey, kids doing this. Like,
we should not probably go into the part about kids.
Yeah, I said sending them off to do things. I'm not saying the other side of Japan that nobody wants to talk about.
Like, seriously, like, Link, 10-year-old, wakes up in his bed, gets a fucking fire and be like, hey, this tree wants to talk. Good to know. Goes there. It's like, you have to save me. I'm dying. Okay.
What'd you ever do for me?
10 minutes later, hey, you saved me, but I still die. But why? What was the purpose of this stuff?
Oh, I said it's like you tried to save me, and hey, guess what? You succeeded in killing the thing poisoning me, but I'm already dying.
She's like, this was useless. Oh, by the way, you need to go to the castle.
Go to the castle, and she will definitely help you out in your journey. Goes to the castle. Every guard wants to immediately throw me in jail. Oh hey, I get to get over to the princess over here. She gives me a letter, and she never helps again until later, when she gives me an ocarina, and somehow I get a mental vision of a song. That's it. I'm done.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, can you go help these fucking people up on a mountain? They need your help. But they don't have anything to do with anything, but you need to go help them. They need help.
You know, I don't know why, but I just thought of like this whole like idea of a topic in a way just. You know how basically you kind of have this perfect idea of a game in your head. Just like the perfect idea of what type of game you would want. You know, for me, example, I'm not much into the whole multiplayer thing. I'm more into the solo deal. But I want a game that's going to keep my attention the entire time, but it also has a very long story because I don't want it to be over in the next couple of days. After buying a $60 game, you want something that's going to keep your attention for a while. But at the same time, you also have that whole point where it's like, that game doesn't exist. There's tons of it out there. It doesn't exist. And for me, that's the case. No game so far has existed that's done that for me.
I know, like Red Dead Redemption 2 has a really long story, but that's like not everyone likes that kind of game. Like that's the issue. Like
it's not really about like
Red Dead
that
Redemption
type of game. It just I don't see the point of it. You know what I mean? Woohoo! You're some stupid
the
freaking.
story was great. The game was great. I liked it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't like a lot of games that a lot of other people.
One of the other times I also goes against myself, pre-ordered a game that was overhyped. It was because I played the first one before, so I was like, I
tried playing the first one and I was bored to absolute death. I thought it was stupid, and I didn't care for it.
What did Young Martian do to you?
I just didn't care. And then, of course, later comes the second one, which I've watched playthroughs of, and it's just like, okay, same thing. Don't really care. I wasn't really into the GTA stories either. The only thing I cared about GTA was freaking turning on cheat codes and killing everyone. I thought it was fun. No, games do not cause violence. Back to the point. Literally, it just, I don't know, nothing grabs my attention. It's like I don't know.
You have too much ADHD, I think.
That's what I was thinking. I was just thinking like, it's like I have an ADHD for games. No game really catches my attention for too long. So far.
Oh, this new game come out. I gotta. Yeah. Oh, look, another game.
But so far, Outer Worlds is doing great for me. But the problem is, I mean, recently my Game Pass expired, but I got some back thanks to a friend of mine who gave me a code. But point is, I got the Game Pass back, so I play more Outer Worlds. But it's like that so far is starting to, catch my attention more. So maybe that's the game I'm thinking of, but I don't really know yet. I can't really say for sure that's it. But
you will get tired in a few days.
I mean, I don't know, because, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's the same developers who made Fallout New Vegas, and that didn't get my attention for too long. But, this is much better because it's not tied down to the same formula.
Wasn't it Obsidian that did Fallout New Vegas?
Yes, and Obsidian made Outer Worlds. Yeah. Also, I'm not really a fan of really any Elder Scrolls game. Not a fan. Don't really care for it.
I'm a fan of Oblivion and Skyrim.
I've never actually I mean, honestly, I haven't played Oblivion or Morrowind. I've just heard that they're really good. But at the same time, I've heard people go crazy for Skyrim. And I'm just like, I don't care.
Oblivion is like, it's a good story and everything, but it's kind of slow, so
that's
it's like that's the issue with like Skyrim and Oblivion. It's like they are slow. Like you have to travel so much.
When it comes to Skyrim, so many people have literally. I mean, I don't know. Just so many people were trying to say like, "Oh, it's a great game. It's all this like super great." And the only way I will play Skyrim right now is if I have somebody to, which I do. I'm just waiting. True, I am waiting. For us to play that Skyrim Together mod, because there's 2 of them out right now, so we can do either one. But overall,
I could also try. I have Skyrim on PC.
Well, I don't know which one we'll be using because it's for the 2 different versions. There's the one for the Legendary Edition.
I have the original version.
Well, I know I do too, but I'm saying there's also the other one for the special version. Like it's for both. But I'm saying there's one for that one for the other one. And I don't know which one would be used, but overall, what I'm trying to say here is that that's probably the only way I would do that. What?
This is one for the normal edition we'd be using, probably.
Well, I'm saying if it was between me and you, sure, but I'm saying with True, I don't know which one he has and which one he would do. I don't know if he would go for special or go for Legendary.
But are you sure you can run special edition?
Yeah, I'm sure I can run special edition. I can run Black Ops 3 on 60 FPS. I think I'm fine. On the highest settings. I mentioned that 60 times now, but it's well noting.
Dude, we want the medal.
Cool. It's a very high-end game. Or not high-end game. It takes a lot. Overall, what I'm trying to say here
Special edition came out after Black Ops 3, by the way. Just saying.
Years don't matter.
They,
It doesn't matter when a game comes out. That doesn't define the type of graphics it goes for. But I'm just trying to say here that honestly, none of those type of games really interest me whatsoever. And I don't see the hype behind it. Nor do I see the hype behind people with a freaking character creation, but that's something I've already discussed.
yeah, I think it was just last time also when we
This
streamed
was like
it.
two streams ago when I mentioned this, but it just overall,
You sounded so mad at. Oh my god.
I just don't care
Character
for it. Why
creation.
is it a thing? Oh my god, allocate all these stats to make me a freaking strength build. Oh, I'm gonna join build. Oh my god, freaking I can make this guy look weird. Oh cool, I can try to make myself in this game. I don't care for those type of people. Anyway.
Unless you play Sims. That is fucking fun as a character.
I've only watched people play Sims. I've never owned, so haven't played. But
You can actually own Sims.
I mean, yeah, but honestly, I would just play it for myself. I wouldn't stream it or anything like that. I don't see the point in. But
Yeah.
overall,
That's one of the stream games it's like I don't see it's like really streamable. Maybe video wise it could work, but streaming
I don't know.
kind of yeah.
I'm just saying there's so many games, and for me, for example, I have like 300 on Xbox and maybe 200 to 300 more on PC. Nothing really catches my eye to an extreme amount. I mean, think of it this way. I'm an extreme Doom fan. I love Doom, and I seriously can't wait for Eternal, but I haven't even beat 2016, and every time I try to play it, it just gets to a point where I just stop playing it. Not because I'm not having fun or anything, but just because my mind wants to go off to something else. Or because I have to stop for the time being, and then I just forget about trying to play it some more. It doesn't stick.
I know.
Nothing sticks. And for some reason, I just want a game to come along to where if I play it, I get super absorbed into it. I don't really feel like I've had a game like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have, but that was when I was younger, when I could get absorbed into anything. Now I have standards.
I feel like
Now I
we've
have
talked about this
standards.
before too, actually. Like how
I don't think.
how
Not extensively.
actually this is like the thing. That's the thing. Like today, that's the thing with today. It's like the game today just kind of sucks in the way that like they do too many multiplayer games instead of actually caring about the story.
Son of a, I just remembered another thing of trash. You just reminded me by saying multiplayer, which I'll get to here in a minute. We'll continue our current thing.
That's why you can tell me what it is.
We'll continue in a minute.
Oh.
We'll continue this whole bill.
I mean, I'm just talking about how today they don't do a lot of single player games. That's so fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, like back in the day, story games was the important part of the industry. You did a story game and you had fun.
Yeah.
And
Now
by the
there's
way,
people who just make story, like they half-ass
they make a
campaign.
story.
Black Ops
like
3. Or they,
Battlefield 5. Oh, God,
we
like-
can keep naming. There's just so many half-assed games.
And Battlefield 1 also.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the actual Battlefield, I'm talking about the one that has Battlefield 1 in it. And that is also stupid thing to name it. It's not Battlefield 1. It's Battlefield like something 30 or something like why did you measure? No,
That was
1943. No, that's too early. That's too late. Battlefield 1 would be like 1919. Wasn't that when the First World War started?
I guess. I don't know, but
I don't know.
I mean that was the thing.
That's the thing. Like, I don't like when you do like fucking weird things. Like, if you name a game Battlefield 1, you expect it to be 1. Then you have Battlefield V, and you're like, is it 5 or is it actually Battlefield V? Like, which
Well,
one
if it's
is
Battlefield V, it's absolutely gonna be Battlefield 5.
it? Yeah,
'Cause
and
that's-
that's also like fucking confused. Like,
Because everyone uses
You-
Roman numerals in titles these days.
if you do Battlefield 1, then you have a fucking number 1.
Well, that was the thing. It doesn't make sense at that point. I'm saying a lot of people do. Buy V, I don't know, just for their own logo design preference. They just go for it. But it doesn't matter.
Like this Battlefield Omega. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Sigma. Beta. Delta. Eta. Iota. That's not one of these. Anyway. When it comes down to it, though, I mean, I don't really know either. Honestly, the last good Battlefield, I would say, would have to be 3. Only because it's the only Battlefield I've actually played the full campaign of and loved. And I pre-ordered that one. That was my first
Good
Battlefield that I pre-ordered. Shush. That I pre-ordered. And I played a few missions in the freaking GameStop. Because, you know, there was a long line at the midnight launch. So, we go into the GameStop. And it's just like, oh, they have whatever, like 2 different consoles just sitting out. Like, okay, play these missions. Like, right now. It's like, okay, I will play the missions. That was fun. Very fun. And then...
The third Battlefield I played was 4.
I mean, I played 3 and loved the campaign. I only played a little bit of 4, and I got bored because I thought it was stupid. That's terrible.
I gotta say this, Battlefield 4's online mode is better than the campaign. That's the sad part. Like, I didn't mind playing the online campaign because it was good. Me and my friend had a lot of funny times.
Was it Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4 that was beta filled? I think it was 3. I think 3 was beta filled.
Yeah. But
basically, the
back to your
was broken as
trash
hell,
stuff then.
where it was basically beta. It basically goes along with what we're talking about now, to the whole being a solo experience or a multiplayer experience mostly. This is something you already know because I posted it literally as I went to sleep. I posted it because I was pissed off. You know it. So, so recently I was, you know, first it was me just thinking about it, and then, you know, you mentioned you have the game and it'd be nice to play and everything. Like, okay, so I recently got the update to see what's all new in the Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA. I was like, okay, what's all new in this thing?
Oh, yeah.
And what I've figured out is in September, like the 25th or something, they released a new co-op mode and all this other stuff. Like, oh, cool. And usually whenever like my brother's here or just like other family or some just like over here, sometimes we'll actually just sit down and actually play split screen co-op on the thing. And I'm just like, why? I was like, oh, okay. What happened is, like, in Battlefront 2, already the split screen was kind of meh, in a way.
I gotta say, today's split screen in general is fucking terrible.
I mean, most of the time, a lot of people don't really care much for co-op anymore, and it's not that the people don't care, it's the devs don't care. They don't care to put in a good co-op experience in a way. They didn't want to do co-op story, which I don't know why people don't do co-op stories in every game now. It makes sense too. Most games.
I mean,
Death Stranding co-op I don't really think would make sense, but in the sense of Battlefront 2, that would work. Because you mostly always have an AI partner, so you could always just associate that as the second player if that was in split screen. But to continue what I'm saying here, is that before they had the arcade mode, which was co-op, and you could play split screen on it. Last night I boot up the game after it updated, and let's just say I figured out that yeah, they took out split screen co-op, or even just local private match. There's no such thing as a private match or a split screen in the Battlefront 2 EA.
There's a local
Doesn't
game
exist.
played by one for two or for 2 players. There's
Doesn't
a local
exist.
game. It does.
It doesn't.
It does. If you go to the
It
single
doesn't
player,
anymore.
it did for me.
Well, never for me. Nothing was there. Everything, you load up the thing, all
You
it
have
ever
single
did-
player, multiplayer, and co-op, right?
Okay, so what you're
You have to go into the single player portion of the game, and then you're gonna have like arcade, the campaign, and split screen, I think, or that's what it's called. When the arcade is 1 to 2 players.
Then here's the other deal. How about this, EA? Or shall I say DICE, because it's really up to you in this sense. Stop being such a freaking, you know, bitch about the whole, oh, you need to do the online, or oh, you need to do split screen. You know, no one really does split screens. Do the online thing. We'll add more to if you can play co-op online again the split screen one. Because I want to bet that new co-op mode is not even a part of the local bit. And for the matter, if it is in the single player bit, get the hell out of the single player bit. It's not single player. Why is it in there? Why would that be in there? It literally says on the front thing, single player, one player. If you're telling me you go into that option and then it has the co-op stuff, EA and DICE, you're freaking idiots. Go back to freaking developer university class or whatever the hell you took to do that. Whoever decided that was a good idea, get out. Really terrible at this. Learn how freaking numbers work. Single player. Oh no, put in our co-op modes in there. You could do local or online.
I think that's the idea. It's like, it's more the idea of it being in there, like, so you don't.
No, if they would have named it that, local, online, and then in online you switch between the two of multiplayer, co-op. If it's in the online category, sweet. Then you have the local, campaign, all the other modes you mentioned. Perfect.
I'm just checking.
But overall,
the
one thing I'm mainly pissed on in that whole case is having to play online when you're playing in the co-op mode or in the multiplayer mode. You can't do a private match. You just can't, which is stupid. You can't do a private match because as soon as you click on it, it'll immediately go, oh, joining session in progress on whatever map. Why? Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
Derailing my conversation. Oh, and I got a thing in my own chat from
Yeah,
Joe got a jumper. That's a weird name, but okay. Of asking to join the call. But when it comes down to it, later we'll be like probably doing like actual guests. Not later this episode. I'm saying like, you know, later into the podcast deals, we'll probably be bringing in our own guests and everything. But those are usually like friends of ours or something. Not, you know. Random.
I have one that may join sometime in the future because I talked about them yesterday and I mentioned it yesterday.
I mean, I would have some, but the problem is they all go to sleep like right before we start.
Yeah,
what I'm sure
that's the thing about our time
might.
zone. So like, I have two people that may be able to join. One is we have to do in the middle of the day if he's gonna join, because you know, Swedish people.
Mm-hmm.
I know, weird. But yeah, also, you have to go into the single player. Then you have the campaign, instant action, and arcade.
That's utter bullshit.
Hi.
I mean, I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even think to check that, so that's my own stupidity. But again,
why
that's so
would
utter
you
bullshit.
check it?
Why would I check single player to find co-op stuff? If the thing says co-op, I expect it to give online and local. And when I have two controllers turned on, I expect it to say player 1, player 2, like I used to. Because for some reason you can't actually sign into player 2's account. It won't let you. You can only do the first one. But overall, that should be a thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it was like good, but now it's like, I feel like they are focusing too much on.
That's the thing about a lot of devs, they focus a lot on the online aspect of things for the richer of people. Because I mentioned this to you also in the group, is that a lot of devs and everything won't consider the fact that couch gaming does still exist. They, for some reason, think it doesn't anymore. A lot of people just don't think it exists. It really does.
If you wait like 10 years, it probably is not going to exist in this same way.
I mean, probably, but that's only if things become cheaper or people get paid way more than they do now. That's the only way it can happen. But when it comes down to it, I'm saying couch gaming still is a thing, but a lot of people don't think so. Like before we had with Halo 5, they cut out split screen entirely. Their reason being, we worked on the engine is a 60 FPS only engine and split screen turns into 30, so can't happen. Like, you can just, it's not hard to implement split screen regardless of that fact. you're just lazy and didn't think that it mattered. That it mattered, and now they're saying that they will not do that again, and that Infinite should have split screen again. Should. I don't know if I should trust that word. If I should trust that they will. But there's that. And then the Battlefront games, it has this whole thing like, oh, there's a co-op deal in it. Like, what I wanted was a split screen online deal as well, to where I could have 2 people, same console, play multiplayer online. So I thought, that'd be cool. That'd be nice. No. The first game didn't have a campaign, which I thought, okay, that's kind of dumb because Battlefront was known for that. Second one had a campaign. Not really that great so far that I've played, but it's something. Still be nice for co-op on that. But the co-op modes, the first game actually had some nice ones. Second one, not really much. Oh, okay. I just like looked over and I saw the Google link. I'm like, what are you going to do next? And I looked at like, oh, we took it.
You're like, what are you doing?
What are you doing, streamers? I didn't authorize this.
How dare you? Are you trying to take over the world? They're taking over the world. They're becoming aware.
Wait, but they are taking over. The Streamlabs bot, the Streamlabs alert systems, the Streamlabs OBS. Dear God.
Streamlabs is taking over.
Just had that Inception music, like, just says Streamlabs on the screen. Coming soon. I don't know.
Oh, before we haven't talked about a secret topic because we haven't got into. Yeah, so basically 2 weeks ago, actually I think it was 4 weeks ago, mentioned it. No, 3 weeks ago because we talked about it on the first one because we had done it. It was like right after the interview that Jack did with Troy. Yeah, and then was like, oh, what's that? And then then I started working on another podcast with the Misfits, because you know, offensive humor, and those that watch the Misfits knows what they're doing, what their main thing is, like what they're known for. And if you don't know what they're known for, what did you miss that? Like seriously, did you miss the whole fucking obvious sign that's about them? Like a big sign basically over them, like saying, jeez.
Honestly, you just sound like you're constantly trying to be condescending to everybody here.
Like, are everyone dumb? Are you dumb? Like,
Horrible.
I'm told you, I fucking start trashing every Stardew Valley before I start talking with them. Like, or they start talking with me, and I'm like, I don't like you. You're a bitch.
Better enough, like, you have to romance one of them.
Bitch, shut the fuck up.
See that, okay, that's what I think too. In that game, there's like 2 people that people really want to romance, but you actually can't. You're not allowed to. And you're just thinking to yourself like, but those are the ones I'd rather. The rest are f***ing jerks.
Is it? I wonder if that purple I got is free.
I think so. I don't know about that.
But yeah, okay. Back to the topic we was going to talk. We are going to talk about something weird because we never shouldn't talk about that on our.
Are you sure about it's something weird? Because pretty sure that's what we always talk about. Is something weird or random.
Okay, this is outside our spectrum of, like, we have the weird stuff, but that's like outside the weirdness of our spectrum. We have the nerdy stuff, and we're gonna go in on something that's outside nerd. Like, we're gonna talk about drugs.
I don't even understand the point of talking about it, but I mean, hey, go for your go.
Because, like, I don't know why, I got so, like, after, like, a while, when I watched their podcast, like, it was, like, when they got into the acid thing, like, they did LSD, that was when I started to get, like, the interest about the idea of, like, before I was never interested in watching them, I'm like, I wanna try it, but I would never start doing it. That's like the thing.
Pretty sure that's supposed to be that's actually supposed to be the lore is like, you know, like, oh hey, it's great, all this stuff, and it's actually completely terrible. So that's the whole point of drugs.
Well, that's the thing, though.
He's closed.
Like, yeah, but here's what people don't understand. It's like if you watch the technology behind it, it's like the drugs itself is only dangerous when you mix them together in some way. That's when they become like fucking dangerous. But a plant itself, like the plant and stuff, is not really dangerous. I mean, it's probably if you eat too many plants,
well, not all
why are you
drugs are
eating
plants.
plants? No, but like the main drugs are like the main stuff is
Cocaine's
plants.
not a plant that I would know
It
of.
comes from isn't the cocaine that comes the heroin is that comes from opium? Is it heroin or cocaine? I don't know. One of them.
That's not
No,
part of
no,
it.
it's cocaine. I think it is comes from opium. And
We'll just say
opium
most of it just man-made. We'll just go that way.
Yeah, the man-made stuff is the dangerous stuff of them. Like, because that's like just a mixture of like dangerous stuff. That's why. Why do you? That's a thing that I can't get though. Like, why would
The
you?
only thing I have to ask is when it comes to that stuff, how do people just randomly figured out about that? They just like decided, like just some scientist in a lab decided, I'm just gonna mix all these chemicals, see what they do. Huh?
Like,
Smells nice.
I mean,
Let me
I
just
get like
do this.
if you think
Oh,
about
boy.
shrooms and stuff, like mushrooms and stuff, that was like people ate it. But that's how they
mostly
figured it
natural.
out. Yeah, but when it comes to like, how did they get the idea to be like, what happens if I take this and mix it with this thing that I have here?
Freaking science.
What happens?
Great things, horrible things.
It's like that. If you make how did they get the idea to make bread? Like, what was the idea? How did they get the idea of like, what happens if I mix them? What happens if I mix? What is it? Is it wheat, water? What is it? It's something. Because that's the two ingredients that they have in bread.
Also involves some yeast.
Yeah, like, where did they get the idea doing those three? Like,
And more. There's more to it, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but I don't know, it's the way the world evolves, I guess.
yeah,
Evolves
and then we sit
devolves.
here, like, here's the thing that I think is so funny. It's like, oh, this is dangerous. We need to ban it. Like, it's only actually dangerous if you take too much, or if it's actually a fucking poison. And
Well,
if
again,
it's poison
the
in
main
drugs,
problem is the addiction part of it. That's the problem with it.
yeah,
I mean, sure, not a lot of people will. I mean, well, not a lot. There will be the tiny select few that won't get addicted from it, but then there's the rest of everybody where it's extremely highly. So you could just be like, just a tiny little bit, boom, hooked.
yeah.
So
And here's the thing. But I kind of, I don't know. It's like with the a little bit like with the gun laws. Like, it's not the fucking people's fault what happens. Like, I get if you're a dealer, as the buyer, don't fucking care what you're doing with your. Like, if you wanna fucking take it, do it. It's your own life. But it's the dealers. I'm gonna say that should be put away, not the addicted. Like, the addicted should get the help they deserve. Like, not all countries has that. Like, some actually fucking. Unless you live in Thailand, then you're gonna get shot. Like, seriously. He's crazy. That guy in Thailand is crazy.
I'll just be honest, I have no idea what we're even talking about at the moment, or where this
Don't you
entire
know
conversation is
the
going.
leader in Thailand.
I don't
hates
listen to
drugs.
anything. I don't listen
But
to
he
really
hates
anything in
drugs
any
so
other
much
country.
that he would actually fucking shoot people. I didn't do drugs or sell drugs. Like, if you just possess drugs, you're dead. Kinda like, that's the thing. Like, that's a little bit like an overstep. Like, drugs is drugs. Yes, it's bad for you, but killing someone for it, I mean,
Again, that is how the world is.
I mean, We still send out kids with fucking animals to spit fires. And you worry about the drugs? I'm more worried about the psychopathic kid with a fucking dinosaur, or like a fucking dinosaur with that spits fire. I'm just saying. What's worse? The kid or the drugs?
Gotta chase that.
I'm gonna make fun of this.
Or chase the dragon, whatever it is. But again,
Chase the dragon? What dragon? The Dragonite from the Billy episode?
No, I said chase the dragon because that's the phrase.
Ah,
Chasing the dragon, that's the phrase for doing drugs.
So yeah, I wanna actually fucking try some stuff, like not the heavy stuff that's like fucking bad.
So what exactly are you on about then?
Like Mariana.
Mariana. Yeah, that's the name of the drug.
I'm saying I'm not good at English. Me know how to. What is it called? Weed, basically. The weed.
Well, there you go. You can just say that. Okay, then when it comes down to it, I mean, honestly, it's becoming more and more legal in many areas, and honestly, I mean, it has a lot of medical
people understand the
benefits
drug
as it
itself
is,
is not dangerous. Like people understand, it's not dangerous itself.
I mean, it can make you stupid, but honestly, you know, what does it these days?
I mean, just look at the president.
But honestly, I mean, hey, if you have like when it comes to alcohol and everything that can make you extremely stupid, then what the hell is wrong with the same thing when it comes to?
Should be fucking more illegal than fucking weed, in my opinion. Like,
I mean, they both should be around the same.
I mean, alcohol can at least, but everyone should. Weed cannot technically kill you in the same way, but alcohol can actually fucking. Again, if you take use like the plant, it's like straight from the plant.
Well, no, I'm saying it depends on what you take. Like, you know, if you have prescriptions or something, and you know, depending on the type of stuff you take, if you try.
Or you happen to be fucking allergic to that plant by some reason.
That would be.
Don't be allergic, kids. It's not good for your health.
Yeah, I don't think they can control that. I don't think they can control their
allergies. Stop being allergic. Yes.
Again, they can't control their allergies. This is like the section of like not necessarily good cop, bad cop. It's more of the guy who's trying to steer us away from the stuff that honestly I just wouldn't exactly want to go for, or like have the topics roll into. And then we have this guy over here who's like, get into the topic.
Get deep into the topic. And then talking about a drug killing fucking monarch in Thailand.
Because that's out of freaking nowhere that absolutely no one will actually know about except somebody who randomly looks it up for some odd reason.
No, I didn't look it up. I know it because of my past talk. Because and I've seen it a few times on the like news. Like it's like crazy about
that's
it.
The thing.
Like,
Who even looks at news anymore? Because me, I don't.
No, because you're a fucking guy who cares about one thing, and that's your month of June.
I don't care about that. I honestly don't care too much about it. But I'm saying when it comes down to it, though, it just, I don't know. A lot of people freaking go crazy on this other stuff. Me, I just don't. I don't really care much about what goes on in the world. I just disconnect myself from it. I don't really care too much about what all goes on at this rate. Because honestly, we're already screwed as it is. I have no faith in anyone or anything.
Why do you think he let me do the introduction? Fuck it.
Yeah, I didn't have any faith in you in general, because immediately it's like, oh my god. Like, oh my
god.
Nice
My
job.
faith is even less. I had some faith, but it's even more gone now.
Like, you know, there was a little bit of faith in you. I thought you could actually do this. I don't know where that faith went, because now it's just so
It's like when we're gonna play a game ever again, it's gonna be like, hey, dude, we're gonna follow me. You're like, no. I'm gonna go home now.
I'm the type of person who will follow True off of a cliff, but I'm apparently not gonna follow you.
No, because I fucking walk off the cliff without asking all of it. You're gonna be like, why did you walk off the cliff?
No, I didn't even ask. Here's a spoiler for an upcoming video that at the moment I have to edit his side for, which is gonna take a while because the freaking bitrate issue, but that's another story. Point being, the spoiler here is that there's a part in it where there's a giant cliff, and you know, it's a game we got from Keymailer, so we were just sitting there thinking like, okay, does fall damage do much in this game? I'm kind of curious if it works. So I'm like, you want to test the fall damage? And he's like, yeah, sure. And we both jump off a cliff and then drop down and die. I'm just like, okay. And then we're just sitting there like, yeah, all those parents who are like, oh, would you he's like, oh, you're one of those kids.
Would you follow your friend down a cliff?
Would you jump off a cliff because your friend said so? It's like, yeah. And I'm the one who said it.
Unless it's this guy.
Like, yeah. I jumped off.
That's like the thing I always ask my friends, like, before we go and play games, like, hey, do you trust me? They're like, no. No, I don't trust you. Good. Let's go into this cave. Why did you ask me if I trust you if you're gonna just ask me to follow you into a cave anyways? Like, why?
I don't know.
I'm like this guy that's like forcing people to, hey, do you want to go into this cave? No. Okay, let's go in. Let's go in.
Yeah,
What is the worst that can happen? That you get eaten by a fucking super mega spider?
you know, just aim by that, you know. Maybe I have a knife in my pocket. Just be a gun. Who knows? Maybe there's just like a nice surprise party in there. Get some cake. Some burgers.
It's like a
some
sledge, it's like
mushrooms.
getting fucking overwhelmed by
put
a
on
fucking
sandwiches.
That's the thing also, like, in some games, that's like a little bit fun. It's like, hey, look at this dark room. Let's go inside. Why?
That reminded me of the freaking Geico commercial, where it was, where it's just like no, maybe we can hide over here. It's like, maybe we can hide over here. It's just like, why don't we just get in the running car? It's like, are you crazy? Let's go hide behind the wall of chainsaws. Like, yeah. Even the killer himself just raised up his mask like, fucking kids. Running car. Get in that. Because, yeah, horror movie or game or whatever. No one thinks straight. I never understood that.
Like, yeah, like, it's like, oh, hey, we're hunted by this fucking thing, but let's go into this dark place to hide. I don't know what's inside there, but let's hide there. Why?
I don't.
Like, in my experience, like, when you're hunted by the guy that's gonna be the final boss, you know it's gonna be something worse in the fucking anyway. Because who the fuck care about logic?
You know what else I thought about? Resident Evil 2. In that garage, there's plenty of cop cars in there. I'm pretty sure you could probably hotwire something there. It is very old cars because that was years ago, back in, I don't know what it was, 1998? No, still 97 because it was still part of that whole thing. But overall, plenty of freaking ways to just hotwire a car or somehow take apart the thing and freaking start with a screwdriver. I don't care how the hell you're gonna do that with a freaking ignition switch, but point being, do all that crap, get out in that car. What do you know? Just get out. Because honestly, the whole point, spoiler in this point, is that, Claire comes over there to find Chris. Chris has gone on vacation. She has no reason to be there anymore. Leon, he just wants to help people for whatever the hell. There's a freaking zombie apocalypse, man. Screw it. Just get out of there. Both of you, get in that freaking cop car, leave.
Should we take about Resident Evil 4 then? Like, seriously? Like,
On Resident Evil 4.
Ash?
Oh, hey.
Like-
Found Ashley. Oh, there she goes. Hey, Ashley, stay here. Like, but you just found me. Yeah, just stay here for a sec. Comes back. Oh, hey, how you doing? Doing good, and you're gone again.
like, they don't leave the house or anything. They like, they are fucking around the whole fucking house. And they like, weren't you just meant to be like fucking getting her out of here? And now you're fucking in a different fucking position. What the fuck are you doing? Are you
Out of
that bad at your job?
Out of context, that does not sound right. You're in another freaking position. Are you that bad at your job? It's like, okay.
Out of
The ending frame, like the ending scene of that entire game is one of my favorites just because of what Leon says. And again, won't spoil because I know you haven't seen it, but
I'm not done yet because I'm.
I know you're not done yet, so I'm not gonna say it.
4 or 5 rings.
I think there's only 2 5-3. I think there is a 5-4. I don't know about that though. But overall, last scene, it's funny. Like it.
Welcome.
I mean, I would say it. I mean, it's not spoiler. It's not like a story spoiler. It's just a funny thing that I feel like would probably be ruined once you try to play it, and then I say it. You know, I say it here, and then you try to play it later. Like, oh, well, it doesn't hold the same joke. The punchline doesn't exist because I already know it.
Yeah. Ashley's a fucking bitch. He complains too much. Seriously.
That is the portrayal.
And you know who else complains a lot? Me.
You know who else complains a lot?
You know who I complain about a lot?
Starts with an S.
You're right. It's not SEO though, but it's Silica from SEO. Bitch. And that, which episode is that? Was it episode 3? Or was it 4? No, I think it's episode 3 up here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I'm like, and this episode is really bad. Guess what, guys? Guess why I'm making this? Because it's getting close to the end.
We will get to that. But at the same time, I've tried to mention before, who else complained a lot? Me. Because most of this thing has been me complaining.
I feel like the last 2 episodes have just been you and me complaining about fucking everything. And this guy, and he's okay, but this guy.
I mean, I know last time we talked about the whole freaking Modern Warfare business, but I'm telling you, I just freaking tried to play it again recently, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was just that one time I was playing with terrible people or something. Could have been the same this time. Still didn't beat the first freaking operation.
What he's saying is he needs professional. He doesn't have any professional.
I'm not saying. Again, I highly doubt that you would be of any more help. I'm saying you probably be as equal help as everyone else, and that's not me saying that they're terrible help. I'm saying that they're good help, but you'd be around the same.
Here's the difference. I am a
You're not.
strategical, tactical player.
Nope.
And I have almost beaten.
The only thing you play is yourself.
Realistic.
Because you think you're professional.
But I have almost beaten the lack of being realistic.
Oh.
Higher than the fucking mission and stuff. Let's go play them. Like, I'm at the end game with my friends. They're thinking they're like, okay.
Yeah, bro, the shotgun could have done that too. Anyway.
Well, again, they're closing up to the end of this world stream, or this stream, I meant.
World Spring.
This world stream.
Okay.
This is gonna be a post-apocalyptic stream.
So, to start us off, here is the idea of what we're about to do. We are about to review the last 4 episodes, which is 2 to 5, of SAO Alicization. Right on. So basically, here's a few little guidelines for you. 1, if you currently watch the show and you haven't seen any of those episodes, you'd rather stick around to get the episode you haven't seen yet, then leave or mute, either way. Or if you don't care for Sword Art Online at all and don't really want to hear this, again, leave or mute. Probably leave, probably better because it's going to take a while. That's okay. So, you know, we have like social medias in our channel descriptions and all the other stuff. You can go follow us there, Discord and all the other stuff. And you can wait for the next episode because we do these every 2 episodes. So You'll be fine in
Yeah,
that
we
case.
did every 2 episodes with SEO, and but every 2 weekends we do an episode of Ensemble.
Yeah, so,
For those that doesn't know it.
so basically, you know, it's all good and everything, so you don't have to worry too much about this going super crazy.
And if someone is still actually here, because they know what's don't forget to do an exclamation mark Team 3 in my chat and donate money for the trees. Because we need trees. Yeah, before we start trashing, it's perfect to put up trees.
Before we start trashing a world, put trees in that world. Honestly, we should probably trash the world and maybe put the trees in, but... You know.
No, actually, put up the trees so we can put the trash behind them. Behind the trees.
But then we're just ruining the trees.
There's a nice display that the people don't see this well.
Well, on my stream, I have enabled the spoiler warning deal, so there's no real reason for this. I mean, I'll say, hold on, before we get to it, I'll say this again, basically, that, you know, we'll be doing this. You don't have to watch this bit, because it's probably going to be the last actual segment of the podcast, so if this isn't your deal, it's perfectly okay.
200 years later.
Well, we were saving it for the end, because I figured it'd be the best way to end, just to have the review there, so for those who don't care for it, or aren't able to listen to that bit, then they don't have to. They got every other bit of information they needed. So, here we go.
I just want to mention one thing from episode 2. When she takes off the fucking eye thing. I can't call it an iPad because it's not like an iPad. It's like...
It kind of like an eye patch in a way.
It's like more of an iPad bandana. Yeah, but basically, the first thing I was like, this fucking beautiful. Like, that was the first thought I got. And for people that don't know, the first season I fucking disliked Alice. I literally disliked her. And then season 2 comes and I'm like, okay, this is decent, the first episode. This is episode 2 comes. Holy fuck, it's gorgeous. Wow, I can't speak.
This is a type of deal. I don't know, man.
So,
no way to say. I mean, I don't know. I don't think much when it comes to anime characters. It's.
But you and I have different insights.
I mean, I don't like the. I don't have favorite characters though. I have a lot of those.
Favorite character is one thing, but seeing them in a different light, that's you don't do.
I don't do that because I just. How the hell am I supposed to connect with an animated deal? I mean, hey, anybody who does, up to you. You're all good. Your own life.
Yeah.
Me? No.
I'm just to mention to people that want to know, like in the end of the first episode, basically she goes out living. I was living a house in the forest, so that's the end of the first episode.
Right outside.
It's in fire. It's like fires and stuff outside. I don't exactly remember first or the second episode started, but I think she was at the town directly. I think she started in the town. Here's the thing, I don't remember too much about the fucking raid itself. I don't remember most of the IRL stuff.
Well, when it comes down to the raids, I kind of remember most of it. I mean, the main thing I remember is, you know, showing up and, like, oh hey, guess
being
what?
a fucking
Interrogate
bitch. Like, this is like this bitch that's like this overclassman that's like, hey, you have to listen to me, I'm a knight.
I didn't get that at all. I mean, you see those two situations in two different ways.
Yeah, but if you think about it, you have the elder man, the elder that's like, hey, I rule this village. You have no rights. And just like, let me just do something, right? That's sword. As an integrity knight, I take control of this state, of this town.
That's not at all what she was trying to do.
That's what she did.
That it's not just that she was trying to take control of the town. It was the point that everybody saw her as a complete criminal, as someone who shouldn't even be anywhere near the place. But all she had to say is, "Oh hey, I'm a knight." Hey, they made me a knight, and that's it. They didn't try to control anyone. She said, "I'm a knight." Like, oh okay, well, we'll go ahead and try to retreat because for some reason we're smarter.
Because not only that, because she has higher food and technology, because she has an interior.
Well, again, she doesn't try to take it.
That's the, but she could.
She could, but she didn't.
It could be a real bitch.
Okay, then she wasn't a bitch.
It's just a cute dragon. I don't know why, but I like that dragon.
Dragon.
That dragon is fucking amazing. I think also that dragon is meant as a reference to Tina, by the way.
Probably not. But
just, I mean, it's light blue, kind of the same terms. It kind of has the same form, it's a bigger foot mass. It wouldn't be a surprise if it's actually a reference to Tina.
I doubt.
And Tina is a cold dragon.
Anyway, the point of all what happened is then you have all that bit, and then in a way,
she
sure,
does one attack. I think she does like one super attack.
Pretty sure she just to show off, and she just she has her flowers do the work, which I always thought was the most stupidest thing to ever have. It's just like, my flowers attack, like flowers attacking. What is it, Undertale?
I'm gonna say something really offensive for some, but this is like the most gay attack ever. Like, let's use flowers.
Most tree hugger type of attack, like, my
flowers
will protect the flowers, man. I'm just kidding. That's an old
stereotype. Oh god, we talked about trees before, now we're fucking trashing the one person that is portraying.
I don't know, but anyway, all that stuff happened, and there was basically
that was like fucking. I'm gonna be honest, like that raid was fucking too short, and you said that, but like,
well, it was only a tiny raid. It was just like
no, but it kind of was like funny because she did like one attack, and they were like, "Fuck, we're losing. Let's run."
Again, if you notice, that is a giant pattern when it comes to SAO. And like every single arc, that was an extreme pattern of, oh god, this one person has this one crazy move that they probably can't use twice in a row. But you know what? Screw it, we're out of here.
They was like, what if she can only use it once? We can attack her then.
Don't care, leaving.
Like, nope, sorry, nope. I'm not paid enough for this.
Flips over the keyboard, no button. Out. There's a bunch of things with that.
Then after that, basically, like, I think that, and then it's like, cut, and then you came to like, I don't know what happened, because you came to IRL, like you get to the IRL.
Yeah.
Then the turtle in
that's what happened in the IRL bit is that, what was it?
Oh god, Silica was mentioned. He was in the episode.
I don't care much, but
was she in episode 3? She's in the
but okay, when it comes down to it though, at this point I'm just saying the IRL thing as a complete package. I'm not really going off of episode 2, episode 3 at this rate. I'm just going 4 because I don't freaking know. It blurred together for me because I watched them at the same time, so it blurs all together for me. But when it comes down to it, all I know is just we have the military voice that the military force, not voice, where does that come from? Force that invaded.
Military voice.
Yes, the voice of military, which is to get down and drop, just drop down and give me infinity. Now, military force invaded, which is more just like a little strike force.
That happened in the last episode, but in the show, the attack. Last episode of the first season, like Levitation.
Yeah, show the attack, but now we have
And I think
And
they showed
then-
it in the a little bit in the beginning of the first episode. The other thing they showed it a lot. No wait, I think they
Basically-
showed it in the second episode, like when you get to that, they showed how they like rushed the control room. And they were like, oh, we take control of this place now. And they are in the sub-control with power, and they're like, yeah, we can't do much anymore. We're stuck here, and we have locked down the floodlights. So Kirito is stuck, by the way. So you know that. Like, he's actually stuck. And also,
Who's
by
stuck?
the way, he's in a comatose. So he's basically in a comatose, but still not in coma. He's like, his head is there. He's alive. He's not sleeping, but his mind is not there. So you know that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. It was just
Again. like seriously, like after what was like, okay, I get it. Then you get to episode 3. I think that was like the end of episode 2, and then we get to episode 3. What more focus on the bad guys there?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of basically just like we're trying to do a retelling of why the bad guys were there. Which, fun fact, in the first season of Alicization, and the squad that was attacking them in GGO, same people who decided to attack us. So, okay, that good plot convenience, all right. Plot convenience. We'll just go ahead and show off these characters so you will never know who they are later until we decide to tell you who they are later. Just, why not? Overall, basically just shows like all that kind of stuff, them going for, which is apparently what the Japanese government or some, no, I think it was the U.S. government.
We don't know
US
who's paying
I'm
them.
pretty sure it was the U.S. government saying like, oh hey, we can't have them, or Japanese government to basically do this Alice thing because they'll turn
I'm
it
gonna
into
be
a weapon.
honest. If United States would do anything, like if the moment some country does something that they can't, they're like, you have to shut them down. Like seriously, you have to shut them down. They're doing something
Either
dangerous.
shut down, or it's basically like, oh, it could be a military force. Like, you know, it's something that could be super helpful to mankind, all this other stuff. It could be used for a military force. We want it for that. Or, oh, we have to shut it down because they could use it as a military force. Like, it's like, why do you always think the most negative about it? And this is Hollywood US mostly we're talking about, like the Hollywood movie type of deal where US is always the bad guy thinking stupid stuff. But still, it's just how that goes.
In a way, it's reality.
In a way. I mean, like if you freaking created an android or something, you'd basically just be signing a death warrant. Not because the android would kill you, because basically the government would figure that out and do something about it.
Like,
Think, oh,
oh my
you're
god,
just
he's
trying to
creating
kill
a
people with it. Like,
foe. He's creating something that can destroy humans. No, it's actually meant to save people. It's used for
I
bad
said
things.
android.
Kill him.
I meant like an actual android, not the phone.
Yeah. But like, yeah, that's like, it doesn't matter. It could be something, you can make a new phone. It could be really helpful and be used in a different way than a normal phone. And then we'll be like, it can be used in a different way. Kill him. It can be used for military. But also don't take his stuff. You can maybe use the stuff he built. Didn't you kill him because he built it? It could be used for that stuff. Shut up or something happens, okay? Let this happen.
How it always goes. But anyway, all that happens. And then they decide, oh hey, what if we decide to
Fucking
log
you're in
in?
this world.
Just like, oh hey, why don't we just dive into this world? Which, fun fact, try to say dive into the world as if like it's an actual VR place, like, not really, but okay. And one thing I think is just completely stupid. So, they were trying to log into the human civilization, like, super users, which of course wouldn't work because password protected. Morons didn't think, oh hey, let's password protect the dark territory accounts. No, you didn't. You just left it wide open. Pure to go.
But I think that was because they knew the dangers of using those accounts.
Yeah, but still lock them down. And then it's the point of saying, literally that one guy, I don't freaking remember his name, it starts with a K, but It was just
The
you could tell he
long
actually
guy or the big guy?
blonde one. No, I'm talking about the
Oh.
one in the sub lab, not the evil blonde one, the nerd. But I'm saying like, or the computer guy, whatever. But I'm saying when it for some when I say nerd, it's like for some reason people think like, oh, like offensive. I'm like, I'm a nerd. Nerd ensemble. I can say it. Nerd. Point is, that guy, he had a moment of hesitation. It's like, oh, they can't log into the super user accounts. They're locked. It's like, then he thinks for a second, it's like, wait, what? Actually, I don't know.
Nothing.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's okay. Like, no, it's something. You better say it because they know. Oh, and also Asuna logs in, which we have not seen anything about her yet. She's just out there.
Yeah. Like,
somewhere in the world.
That was like one thing, like that's like very intense. Like that's where episode 3 IRL, and then we jump into to where the dark guys had logged in.
What else? Before we get to that bit, at the end of episode 3, we had where it was
this is very
people in the dark territory, and them trying to be like, try to build up this whole thing like, oh, they want to attack humans and everything. Like, it was built up to be like that. Now it's like, we must negotiate. It's like, oh, so there's actually nice people in the dark territory who don't want to fight. Cool, those guys are nice. Then we have
the whole like 5 minutes later, after they have talked about, we need to do this.
We need to do this. Next episode. Well, they're dead. No more peace-loving people.
They come to episode 4, and they're like, the Emperor is sitting there like, that's the blonde guy, by the way, guys. That's the blonde guy. And 4 because
we'll just say, we don't know the name, but we'll just go with blonde guy. We'll just call him the Dark Emperor at this rate, because that's who we logged in as.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the Dark Knight to be the brother guy.
Dark Knight is called Vasago.
I'll just say
I remember his
Dark Knight and Dark Emperor, I guess.
So basically, the Emperor is like, yeah, we need death. We need death. Like,
we just need to kill everyone and all that, and it's just like the whole room kind of falls silent as if it's just like, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Like,
is he joking? Is this guy joking?
But then out of nowhere, just like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, kind of sounds like you're just saying that just because it's the Emperor.
Wait, let's go back a little bit first. You see like a scene of like every guild like planning to kill him. Like every guild plans to kill the Emperor. Then when they get there, it's like, we need death. And they're like,
oh cool, you're cool in our book.
like, are you fine?
Like, oh, it's like, I don't know about this guy. He could be a freaking goody two shoes. Might have to kill him.
And then you have the Dark Brigade. Like the Dark Brigade sitting there like, no, we don't want this. Like the one group that was one of the peace
negotiations.
But
yeah, we have all that going on, and then of course the woman, I don't remember her name, but just decides to
Lipia.
Yeah, Lipia goes in and just be like, gonna try to be the cliche, try to seduce the guy to assassinate him. Good job with that one. Didn't think of the good old idea to...
You did it too early. Like, it was a too early strike.
Okay, the thing is, that whole thing is just a complete disappointment. It's just, she got herself killed too early. And then in the next meeting they had, you have the Lord of the Brigade or whatever, and he gets all pissed off because her head is now encapsulated in ice, and it's just like, it gets all pissed off, has a super crazy power which looks like it probably killed a bunch of people to the left, but we're not gonna talk about that. Just decides to try to go after the Emperor, and it's like, oh, this guy's super dark, like probably went into his soul.
First you have the fucking assassination dude, the assassin guild leader be like, stop this. And something happened in his head. He was got a fucking berserk, like, from nowhere. It's like, first yes, it's super normal, like, I think, what's it called? Art, what it's called? I don't know. But the special art he has, like, his technique. So he was gonna use that to attack the Emperor. You have the assassin guild throw a poison dart, and he's like, oh, this can kill a dragon in a few hours with 30k hands.
Like,
Oh.
it's like, so this will basically kill you in just a few minutes, or like in a minute or whatever. It's like, okay, so
2 seconds later, something fucking snaps in him, and he like goes like full tornado. Quite literally.
quite literally turns into basically a
Tornado.
tornado, and I'm pretty sure his shirt busts off. So you know, SAO, people get naked for some reason. But anyway, that all deal happens, and then I guess inserted himself into the Emperor's like mind or soul or whatever. It's like, oh,
I don't know
he has
what
a
the
very
fuck
dark void of a soul. He knows nothing of anything. Dear God, dead. Because like the smoke, it's like there's smoke enveloping it, so no one knows what the hell's going on.
His name
Smoke
is
disappears.
Gabe.
Huh?
The bad guy's name is Gabe.
Gabe. So Gabe is the only one left after the smoke clears. Like the other guy just completely disappears in his body or whatever. Like, okay. A fun fact, we're gonna go back to when Gabe was a child, because it shows that too, and has this like friend of his, which is like some girl or whatever. Because apparently
No, that happened. No, that happened when he was after he killed Philippia.
No, this was like talking about.
Philippia.
I know, but like we didn't say it before. Like we already skipped over that, but I'm trying to go back to it.
Let's go back to the beginning of the episode. Actually, in this case, because here's the thing: they showed Gabe in the beginning of. Yes, it was in the beginning of the episode. First, like he talked with his dad about butterflies.
There's like butterflies and insects. Like, oh, where's the mind?
They don't
or
have
whatever.
brain. Their whole body is like the nerves.
Like the nerves in them and everything is basically how everything goes. So if you cut their head off or whatever, then
they can live for a little while.
Yeah, they can still be alive for a while.
You make your kid a psychopath. Like I was
basically
like,
just turned your kid
this
into a
kid is gonna become a psychopath.
Because then, again, we have his friend decides to come over, which, you know, they decided to read. Fun fact, her name is Alicia. Other fun fact, she's reading Alice in Wonderland. What are the odds? So all that stuff happens, and just reading that, he just sitting there thinking like, huh, what happens if I popped her head? Like, dude, dude, okay there.
Like,
But
there's the blank stare though from the kid. There was no emotion. Like literally no emotion. I'm like, what the fuck happened with you,
so we
boy?
have a full-on serial killer. This guy would do well in Laughing Coffin. Whew. Then of course decides to. I mean, then it
No, I
cuts away.
think Laughing Coughing at least has someone compared to this guy.
Back to this guy, we cut away later in some kind of like forest deal. It doesn't even show it happening, which is good, I guess. What did he stab her with? A pencil? Looked like a freaking pencil, like some kind of like tiny little shield.
He.
Or maybe it's like a little
I think he
stick.
stabbed her. I think he crushed her neck. His hand.
No. It was a stab. It was like in her ear, like stabbed like.
Oh
through
yeah,
the ear.
that's screwdriver. I think looked like.
Could be a screwdriver. It could be like, you know, like a huge pin, metal pin.
Something
or
little, something sharp and long.
and skinny.
Yeah.
You know, point. That happened. She dead, and then the whole point
I
of
get
like this
the blank
flashback.
stack.
Yeah, this whole point of this flashback is to say that her soul or whatever came out of her head and into him in a way. Like it just like some like physical bubble, like soul thing went straight to him.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this?
And then of course, you know, afterwards he's like, oh, this happened, whatever, it hasn't happened since that one time. I've killed so many people since then, and this is the only other time I did it, which is when you killed the Libya or whatever.
Libya with a fucking, he literally crushed her.
That is
fucking throat.
That is who he choked. Which, by the way, that scene took forever to actually choke. Like it was just sitting there, like prolonging. Like you could have just rushed the scene. You didn't have to animate the entire time of the struggle. I mean,
Like,
I'm
I'm dying.
surprised the episode wasn't rated mature at that rate, just because of showing actual full-on murder right there. Okay.
I think this whole season should, both allocation seasons should be under mature.
Probably should be at this rate. They have so much stuff going down with it.
I mean, 6 episodes with a naked lady.
I mean, yeah, you had 6 episodes with naked woman. You had other bit where there was a freaking rape scene, and now you have actual murder right there. I'm like, okay, I mean, it's one thing if you show stabbing through a sword. It's another thing if you're like spending 10 seconds of animation for a guy choking someone. Okay.
I promise you, the guy that wrote that scene probably got off on it. No fucking joke.
Pretty sure the only writer of all the scenes is probably just Reki Kawahara, so okay.
The writer of the scene, but the one who animated this scene.
Oh, the animator scene. That's different from the writer. But
I'm a little bit tired, okay? I mean, I wouldn't surprise me if Kawahara also got that.
I don't know. According to him, like the whole whatever it was, the rape scene type of thing is like a Japanese sort of trope that happens in a lot of like shows and movies and stuff. So it's just like a trope that happens. It's an older thing, and he himself says it's like, oh, if he could go back, he would unwrite all that out. He would take all that out because it doesn't see the point in it now. Probably not.
I gotta be honest, like a little bit. I understand in the first, like, I get the part.
I'll say what it comes to in the
first season,
in the fairy arc, because you're trying to basically say that Sugo is a complete asshole. You're trying to make him like the worst type of person, and they did a very good job at that. That was a very good job. But then they tried again with the Alicization deal in the first season. It's like
works. That works, but it
seems more forced to try to create a taboo.
I'm gonna say this. It was even worse in like a station. That's the issue. It was like
it was at least in a way, but
I mean, then we have characters, of course, cheating like usual. When it comes to the fair arc, we know characters.
There's a pretty big one. What else happened? What else happened in the? We'll continue back on, but what happened else in the 4th episode, other than all that went down?
Nothing else, I think.
The other thing that happened that I at least know of is that it did cut back to Alice, and it shows on the door, break at last phase test. Something like that.
I don't know.
It just like it showed the door saying that. And it started cracking a little bit when she read it. Like she read it, and then like there's that.
But that's episode 5.
No. That was the end of 4, and then it goes into 5 when she goes back. Because she was checking out the door.
Well, episode 5 is like kind of interesting. Actually made me cry a little bit, or almost cry. I didn't cry actually. Got sad.
Wow.
Huh.
I mean, there was definitely some sad moments, but I mean, that was kind of the point.
One of my favorite characters was in it. I was so happy. I was like, yay! My favorite redhead. Oh. I fucking remember Roni. Who the fucking remember Roni?
I remember, but it was just like the one thing is, I kind of figured she wasn't gonna be okay. I want to go with this whole thing in the moment is that they kind of did reveal that they both had feelings for both Kirito and Yujiro, and I was just like,
don't say.
I was thinking like Ronnie was not affiliated with that whole bit.
She looks like a fucking sociopath. So, I mean, she was fucking stale and was like, I mean, she had the sociopathic tendencies. Like, she didn't show any feelings, except when she was, you know.
She never showed the feelings.
Not as much as TS did, but I feel like she was the gloomy type. Gloomy.
Well, saying when it comes to TS, like when it comes down to it, it was more that I guess she was more into the whole feelings thing when it came to Yujiro anyway. But anyway, all the stuff that happened, one thing that we kind of bloomed over is that Broccoli, the Integrity Knight like leader deal.
Broccoli.
Yeah, when I said that. When
You said Broccoli.
No, I said Broccoli.
It's a name.
Yeah, I don't like Broccoli. I said that. Anyway, when Alice comes down with both him and Kirito, per Kirito and everything, of course, freaking Eldry, however the freaking hell you spell or pronounce that dude's name.
Eldry.
That's why I'm thinking Eldry, but the freaking way it's pronounced Eldry or something like that. I don't know how it's pronounced. wants.
I don't
Point
care. He has a
care.
name.
Point is, that dude, is like, oh, you're gonna try to fight and protect that dude? That's gonna make everything worse for you. And then, of course, Macaulay
he
comes...
is like, yes.
Like, oh, yeah, totally. Macaulay comes out of nowhere, just like, okay, cool. I want to just shoot this mental, like, arrow at the guy and just see what happens. Or actually, not really at him. Shot
we
at
don't know
Alice. Just to see how
we don't know who he shot at it. Because obviously it's like a fucking flash. That's
oh, you just hear, you just see like a little like flash field. It's like,
and then you're like, but did he shoot at Kirito or did he shoot Alice? And either way, he said
I think he shot at Alice because he mentioned him a bit after, like trying to, like, Kirito's willpower is still there, is still strong to protect.
Yeah.
In a way,
that
so he's trying to protect Alice.
That's what I talked about earlier from Kirito. He's in a comatose, but he's still fucking like, he's still there, but he's like not there. Like, he's like physically there, but he doesn't. But his mind isn't. He's like, he's somewhere else.
It's basically that. I mean, basically what happened. I mean, we mentioned it last time, but basically, obviously, what happened is that, you know, his floodlights got damaged. So it's just basically stuck
and
like
not only
where...
that, I think it also got damaged because of the battle. I think both the battle incident and the malfunctioning made the last battle when
I don't really think that had anything to do with
I think it has lot to do with it.
Well, I'm saying when it comes to the mental deal, I'm sure probably him going...
Yeah, but I think, and that connected with the malfunctioning at the same time.
I mean, they did kind of mention that, you know, that he was in an unstable point, and if your floodlight is unstable at the time and that reset happened, it would immediately damage it. But if, you know, if it was calm at the time, then nothing would have happened. So I guess, yeah, that kind of is, but overall, point being, yeah, that happened, and as usual, Kirito cheats, and he blocks a extremely close, extremely fast projectile. Just out of nowhere. It's like, oh,
he has done it before, you know. He blocked a fucking tank rifle, empty tank rifle, shot from 10 meters. I mean,
well, that was like
nothing for him.
That was like 1 meter, even less than a meter. He was literally right beside him, and that happened. Just, no.
Hey, he predicted the bullet line.
Yeah, bullet lines don't exist. So, all that happened. Yeah. And of course, running to show up, didn't realize, oh hey, I'm black-haired guy. Oh cool, Kirito. Didn't have a whole recruiting session, which is sad part.
And I right.
So,
and you have one of my favorite integrity. No. I can have some Nietzsche. Nietzsche is amazing.
Oh yeah, goes off the whole point. Oh, that is my favorite thing that I just thought of. Like, oh yeah, we have a whole section there. It was just, you know, at first just like, oh, you know, want to say, you know, just want to say thanks to Kirito because treating me like just like a regular adversary. So, oh hey, you know, she's a woman. You know, everyone kept like trying to go easy on her, and Kirito never did, and she was appreciative of that. That was the point. And then Alice, being her jealous self, is just like, no, I don't think you have my permission. It's like, oh, yeah, I need your permission.
Wait. I think we forget one thing. We were gonna mention this over. Like 2 minutes before that, like he's trying to kiss Kirito, like.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. He kind of did.
And we were like, you like have restraint, but like.
I don't know why, but for some reason I feel like there's gonna be a segment where either two things happen. One, either she will, or she will be in the middle of trying, and then also it's just gonna pop out of nowhere like,
hey, that's my man, boy. Yeah.
But
Asuna can be a real bitch if she gets mad.
I mean, she was called a berserk killer for no reason.
No, I get what I wanted is. Who could win? Would Alice or Asuna be the best swordsman? Swordswoman in this case.
Probably awesome.
I don't know. Alice and flowers. Remember that.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, the whole reason why Kirito is mostly better is
can
because
we just make a? I want to make a bet. Like in the next episode, where they're gonna have fight probably against the Dark Territory, they're gonna probably start losing. Then Asuna is gonna come in and do something.
Probably.
Just saying.
Cuts to credits immediately.
And also, like that's like 5 minutes of the episode. Then they're probably gonna arrest Asuna, fucking trespassing or something.
Anyway.
And then the rest of the 15 minutes gonna be like, why are you here? Why did you do this? Like, what the fuck? She helped you. Can you like not arrest the first person that hit you? Like, does it really start help? But back to the actual episode, like we're talking about. What were we? We were at,
I was at the jealousy. So when it comes down to it, I mean, again, you're just like, oh, I have to ask for permission to see Kirito. It's like, oh, yeah, you do. It's like, well, I never see you try to ask permission when it comes to Berkoli. Then it goes into a huge thing about that. You can basically see Berkoli in the background and be like, why is this happening? It's like them two basically going back and forth about it. It was like, oh, well, Berkoli, it's like, well, Berkoli would probably give me his all. Was never really tired. It's like, well, he would always fight with me and would always get tired after every training session. Like, oh, okay. And then, like, literally as they were about to, like, say another thing, Berkoli just teleports to the tent, like, across the camp and just like, hey, meeting started. Like, okay.
Wow. And then they have the meet. I think that's like the end of the game, and then it's like,
go. Let's have a meeting and just be like, you know, all this stuff happens. Well, there's only a few of us here. Blah blah blah. Hey, you know,
I like that they have
the main character of the story right now.
If you just point out one thing, they have one archer, and they're like, but what about all the archers? Like, you guys have one archer.
I'm pretty sure
there's an integrity,
like those like 4 silver ones can't be archers. I don't know, but
still, there's like 5 archers in total. Like, the fuck, and then you're like, but what about the lowers? Like, doesn't he have archers? They take care. I mean, I get the mages, like that's gonna be an issue, but like the archers shouldn't be that much of an issue. What the fuck? Yeah, but you see, we have like an army of 3,000. They have. What did they 10,000 or 100,000?
It was like 20.
It's a lot anyway.
Yeah, but get right to the point again. Main character cliche, which is just like, oh, you know, like all this other stuff and everything. Like, well, we do have this like whole secret weapon deals. Like, oh, we definitely collect all the resources in the area so they can't. The mages are all grand. And it's just like, oh,
yeah, but
so what's that gonna be?
They said that like that's the gamble. Like, if they remove everything,
like they remove everything,
they're gonna lose everything.
To do their thing. But it's like, oh, you know, we have one way where we can do all of that, and it's just like, oh, what would that be? But then obvious. Yeah. It's you out of this. It's just like,
it's you, the main flower girl.
Main character. Always the main character having to do everything.
Is that main character actually Kirito?
No, man. In this case, it's now Alice is the main character. He took over, and he's
also they have a wheelchair for Kirito.
Yeah.
He's actually in a wheelchair.
Yeah, wheelchairs exist. At that point, wheelchairs have existed for
many
years.
It's so fucking funny because, like, okay, so it has the obsession with the swords, like his sword and Juju's sword. I get Juju's sword, but his own. Why?
I don't know. Memory sake.
Oh, so how much are you gonna bet that he's gonna duel? He's gonna somehow fix the fucking blue rose sword.
Well, he turned it into a red sword in the last episode of the first season, so I'm pretty sure it can still do the same thing.
He's gonna
by the way, speaking of that sword, we never mentioned whenever Tease was being all sad and everything, the freaking sword glowed when she touched it. It's like, oh, I heard his voice and everything. I mean, it could have just been a memory, but
don't you remember when he merged with the fucking sword? There's probably a part of him left in it.
Always be. Oh, plenty of deals there. I don't know. So honestly, predictions in next episode. Obviously, the fight's gonna go out. That's all. I forgot what the next episode's name is, but all I do know is
I've watched onto that because also for people who doesn't know it, the intro and the outro song is amazing. I think the intro is by Lisa. Is it the Lisa in the
outro is by Lisa.
Oh, who should have the intro?
I don't know. Maybe both, but I do know the outro.
No, I don't think.
It's I don't know. But when it comes down to it, though, I don't know.
Don't cheat in games, kid.
Yeah, don't cheat in games. Also,
or they're gonna come
just...
a guy with a fucking stab. Wait, they cheat to death too. Guys, people don't cheat death. Please. It starts to get irritating. People that cheat to death.
Welcome to Isekai game, or the Isekai, how you pronounce that genre. Everybody cheats death.
If you put out like, also like every Resident Evil game, you have that one boss that doesn't fucking die. You kill it like 10 times.
Like,
yeah, and I'm like, can you fucking just die, okay? Like, I'm busy here.
Hey, get me as bad as Resident Evil 5. Punching a boulder, because apparently Chris can do that, just like, punch that boulder. That woman, okay. Alright. I stand correct.
Like, what the fuck? Can you
oh hey, Wesker's in lava, you think he'd be dead. Crash. Like, okay. This is very annoying. Later. I don't know.
That's like, fucking... I love that kind of stuff. Though, but I like kind of also hate it because like, no.
Hate it because it's impractical. Love it because it's impractical.
It's kind of fun, like, yeah, Jesus. It's like, can you just die, but also don't die, but die. Die, but don't die.
I want you to die because you annoy me, but I don't want you to die because you're kind of funny. I don't know. But as I was saying, predictions of the next episode.
Or you have like those like Arkham Asylum Batman that never seems to keep the prisoners ever, and they're like, "Oh, this is a safe place." Like, I'm not sure about that. How many times have the Joker escaped from there? Like, I think you need a new security.
Pretty much everybody's escaped from there at least 3 times.
Yeah, and then they're like, "But this is safe." Like. Do you know the definition of safe? Like,
I mean, it's bad enough that in the Rocksteady games they go from Arkham Asylum and they're like, well, now we need to go and expand it to a full-on city district. So Arkham City, here we go. Like, okay, first of all, you just gave them a whole city to work with. That's not good. 2, that basically gives them more utilities to escape that city district. So, not good.
I mean, Joker's main goal is just Batman. Like, Joker's like the least worrying criminal in the whole fucking series.
Oh, at least what?
He's the least worrying criminal. Like, seriously. All he's after is destroying Batman.
Wait, he's the most dangerous. I'm saying, it's not that he's like... He's the most chaotic, and the point where you don't know how anything's gonna go. And plus, he is literally Batman's biggest villain.
Yeah, I wonder why. It's like the only thing is to go after Batman.
Well, that's not the point. I'm saying it's the biggest villain because there's just... I don't know, it's the iconic
villain,
thing.
I think also. That's like the thing. He's the first villain for Batman, I think.
No,
the first... But who cares? We're starting to get into both off topic and we're starting to get
I was
late.
trying to get back on topic, but you can't push this back off. Like, I tried to
Yeah,
get
but
back
it's
on
over. I think we're getting off. Like, we're done now, correct?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you didn't say your predictions the next episode. I said mine.
I predicted it. Arsenal complained.
Well, that's what we would hope, but honestly, at this rate, I'm thinking it's going to be a few episodes from now. Because,
or it's gonna be like, or a Kirito wakes up and be like, I can fight you. Like, what the fuck? What you like? Die? What you like? Fucking in a state of mind of dying or something? Stop shit.
There's just a bunch of crap that can just go off, but
That's the thing. Like, back like when you watched the original SEO, like season 1 and 2, was like, it was pretty predictable. Alicization kind of didn't feel that predictable. I mean, who did expect a clown to be a senator?
But there's still speculation of me saying, like, did she actually die from that or not? I mean, in a way, I don't think
that's the big awesome. Yeah, that's the second question.
I mean, it showed her. It showed her floating above the city, like above the human civilization, and then that was that. So, honestly, she could still be alive and just left the world. But
she is part of Kirito. I mean, she was fucking interested in him, as everyone else is.
I don't know.
So, with that said, I think it's time to do our classic and outro because
we should be good. So I will turn off this phone before you know.
I mean, we're gonna spoil our information. So basically, as usual, subscribe to both our YouTube channels. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter. Check our Discord. And if you're a Mixer, follow him on Mixer. Like if you're a Mixer, follow him on Mixer. Otherwise, don't really. Unless you don't really follow him. Right? And that's his public Discord. That's his Discord. I'm gonna say, did something else? Team 3, go check that out. Very important. Oh, I don't know anymore. Like, we have a tendency to forget something. We have everything important, like Twitter, Discord, Twitch, YouTube. We have. Oh, what? I didn't make my Discord. I also have Discord. He has a Discord that he just gave me linked in Twitch and probably YouTube. I don't know.
I mean, it should have, but I don't know if the bot's working good over there. Might be a little bit broken.
Yeah. So basically, our Discords, I have 2 different Discords that you can join, and he has 1.
Technically, I could actually start with a second one, but that's when I'm an admin. But at the moment, I don't really know how invites are going on that one. It's basically the same thing as mine is. Mine's basically just a chill place to relax in.
We're talking about Bruce Discord.
No.
Because that's like...
I have my Discord where it's in a way a chill place to be in. But at the same time, it also...
As long as you don't like post anything good.
Yeah, just don't post anything you shouldn't. But basically just still, there's that. And then, you know, there's it's basically a content place too. So any of my streamer friends or whatever. And you can also promote your own stuff in it. But then there's also another one that Evil started to run.
On my main channel, my main Discord, because that one is connected to my community that I made, that I have had like I made a community because it's a good one. And at the moment, and that's like the thing, when I made a community, when I started playing with like, I feel like when I started doing that, we start also be like, I feel like that's around when our community started merging. We both did like, because beforehand, I don't think we were like, we didn't talk that much beforehand.
Not really.
But when I started switching, like, my Discord was named Freedom is a Illusion from the beginning. Because one, I believe it's an illusion because of the like idea of freedom is so different from everything. The idea of true freedom is anarchy. But people don't see that because people think law is freedom, but it's not law. You're still kind of free if you need to follow something.
I don't understand the point of getting philosophical in this whole bit, but okay.
Yeah! Discord, guys! And
as I was trying to say before, what I was talking about, the one I'm being the admin in is Evils. But I don't do it at the moment because I don't really know if I should be showing that one. I don't really know what he wants. But overall,
He's an interesting fella, actually.
yeah. I mean, he's now like reinvented Discord server he had before. So we're now just like a relaxing place to talk in. I'm like, I mean, that's a plug.
Yeah. If you want to plug it, he can plug it. He can just ask him if he's talking to me, can you do it in your Discord? Like, I mean, he probably wouldn't mind me joining because he knows me. I mean, I kind of feel like he's like the guy that's like, even if he looks like he hates someone, it's like, that's the thing about him. It's like, he makes fun of people he's talking to. And he calls me weird one. And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, what did you expect? I mean, I'm friends with Nexus. What did you expect?
I used a GIF to say something to him at one point, and he's like, huh, never seen you use one of those before to go for a conversation. I'm like, have not seen me talk lately, I guess. Anyway, otherwise, we don't really have much else to plug. The only thing else we do have to plug here on my side, which I just thought of, is the audio version of these podcasts. Again, only the first episode has been released on that. So that's a thing.
I don't think I have one.
So
I need to fix the Twitch version of the Castbox stuff, but in my YouTube description there's a Castbox link.
Yeah, that goes straight to the podcast. Again, only the first episode right now. I will get the rest later. I've been sick lately. I mean, beforehand that was mostly laziness. Now I've been pretty sick lately, and I can't bring myself to do anything at the moment. I'm barely making it here.
Fucking normal, like, this is what, like, not about what the episode is about. Like, it's an old episode. We talked about this old stuff that happened, and then like just upload it on all the stuff. Like, I think that would work. Like, have one intro for all of them.
I don't really see the point of it. There's the whole point of the intro being personalized. That's kind of the whole point of what I'm going for. And I'm not going to do it on all of them, I'm just going to do it on the ones that really matter. That's a few of them. But once it gets down to like the latest episodes, I might not really do much to it. But regardless.
Yeah, you should, around there, you should technically just stop.
Well, like, it is my decision. But anyway, that is basically all that's going to go for. If you enjoyed it.
Hopefully, hopefully this week we're going to play again. Because we are gonna probably go back to either Destiny or we're gonna do some other game.
The thing is, when it comes to finishing our Zelda randomizer, before we do that again, I am going to do some off-screen stuff, and I'm going to get myself into the Zoro's domain because I need to. I'm basically just gonna glitch myself into it, and then save it. Then we can go back into it. Just so we don't have to wait an hour of stream time.
It actually pushes you back to fucking the tree, doesn't it?
No.
Did you just save on Dora's domain?
There's a save point everywhere. When you save, it just saves your location. Oh.
But certain areas push you back to the tree.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, by save, I could just save state. Save state into the place. Load it.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, that and then
that.
So that's down a moment, but we have Destiny going on at the moment. Probably gonna finish that soon, later actually.
Yeah, I mean, we're having pretty much a lot of fun when it comes to Destiny.
And when it comes down to it, we're gonna also do strikes eventually.
Yeah.
And maybe Cruise, but I don't know about Cruise yet. I'm like.
When it comes to strikes, I'd say that could only take like 1 to 2, maybe just one stream, because there's not like a huge amount of them. There's enough to just stockpile.
And then we're gonna go into Dest 2, of course. Not the DLC because I only have the Forsaken DLC because
I don't have stuff in general. I have Forsaken. Yeah. Because it's not.
Yeah.
But
and do we have any other plan? We have a plan to start play. because I got it recently. It was like I got it yesterday, I think, and I played it today. But I got Stardew Valley, so we're probably gonna do a little bit of that. Chill game though. It's like one of those gonna be more chill.
We may make a video in Battlefront 2, maybe, because I feel like that could be a fun thing just to do a video rather than a stream.
I'm probably streaming, but you're probably gonna do a video.
I'm thinking to probably just make a video of it because I think it'd be more fun that way.
Two idiots, one army. Who is winning?
That's the thing. If you are gonna be doing that, it was gonna be tough. That's what I'm saying.
What? Two idiots and one army against an army?
No, I know. Never mind. I just remembered something. I don't have to sound good on your end. I still have the PlayStation 4 earphone that came with it. I was like, I don't have anything that's like headset wise, so I have to use my actual mic. But then I'm like, wait, I still have that PS4 like headphone that came with the PS4 as like the little mic on it, the one earphone. I can just use that. That'd be funny.
But yeah, that is also. Yeah, we have a plan to play the EA Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That's what I just said.
And if I get him to download it, we may actually start doing some Diablo 3 Reaper of Stone.
Yeah. We basically just have a lot of plans, and in a way, I kind of want to have the. I mean, honestly, we haven't been adhering to it, even though we kind of thought about it. Is like the collab weekends, which in this sense makes sense for the podcast because that's technically a collab. So that works on the every other two, and then the other weekend that we don't have a podcast would be a collab. But
one thing is mostly to get next to stream more. Otherwise, he can go like a week or two without streaming because it's like I don't feel like it.
I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just I feel like really what I'm saying when I say the collab weekend is more, it's a schedule to have if we don't already. So, say we streamed a few days in the week before the weekend happens, we don't have to have the collab weekend at that point. But it's just,
but like if we can get in some stream, and at the moment we're probably gonna get in, probably. I mean, I'm gonna say this: if we do like one stream in the week and then like one, and then at the weekend it's probably gonna be one thing. But if we do I think we did Destiny like almost 2 days in a row. I think you did a Halo
basically skipped one day. So I mean, basically,
I think it was because you wanted to do it because.
I mean, it's the inside that's gonna go away. I mean,
but then you got an extension on it.
Yeah, that ends in 2 days. Oh my god, I gotta check to see.
Maybe?
I don't know. I gotta check to see when a game mode comes on because I really want to stream it when there's just one game mode. That, let's be honest, I need to check that really quick. That is tomorrow, not today. Today's the 10th. Tomorrow's the 11th. That's when the game mode that I really want to be on for.
And what time? What time does it start?
Well, it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time and ends at 9. Well, not really ends. It basically kind of ends at 10 a.m. Pacific time the very next day.
Okay, so you have time to stream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a full day deal. So on the 12th is what it's supposed to be. It's the end of the 12th.
If it's the 11th tomorrow,
well,
it ends on the 12th. It's one day.
I literally just said, no, tomorrow is the 11th. Today is the 10th.
Is it 10th? Yeah.
Which is today's Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. Then the day after is Tuesday. So it ends on a Tuesday.
I'm confused now. We were meant to end this stream and now we're fucking Well,
you kept going on about the stuff that we would be doing. You could have just shortened it and said that we have a lot of collab ideas.
I mean, I want to take out what they have, like, because that's a good thing. Like, I think people want to know what. Otherwise, people. The
real question is, who's still watching at the very end of this, or listening? If you are,
if you're still here, what the fuck is wrong with you, sir? What the fuck
Well,
is wrong with you?
See, that's how he asks things. He just said, "What's wrong with you?" I just say, like, I applaud because I could not. I could do it on someone else's podcast or something. Ours, I mean, I really, it's just more so I can't listen to my own voice for that long.
Yeah, but I mean, one thing for sure is like we're not gonna listen to our podcast because of the idea of listening to
Yeah, but regardless, thank you for everyone who has been watching on, on the episodes and everything. If you don't listen for the whole thing, I mean, we're not gonna blame you, but it's nice to have some people just to come in every once in a while.
And if you listen to the whole thing, poor souls.
Poor souls. I feel bad for you. Just so many hours of your life wasted. I mean, if you're like one of those people who has a podcast open, like if you have a podcast open in the background or something, like you're saying you're playing the game as well or something, I mean, you're not really wasting your time. It's just there, but you're still doing other things.
I mean, we got a friend of ours to watch a fucking 5 hours stream.
I really feel bad for her on that one. I don't know why she did that.
We were like, why?
I told her, like, I would have shortened it down if, there were people waiting on it, but, now no one's really waiting on it, so, I'm taking my time. Which, again, could be years from now. But I'm saying, in general, it's just, you didn't have to do that. Now she's like, I wasted 5 hours. That, like, you didn't have to watch the thing. We mentioned one part, but we could have linked that one part. And she's like, I watched that thing.
I'm gonna watch the whole thing. And she's like, why did you say I was like that character? Like, fuck the...
We said you were like the one we made fun of, not the actual character. Anyway.
Also, that character has too many kids. Like, seriously. You need to stop kidnapping kids.
Anyway, that's basically
and on that note, see you guys next time.
Next time. And everything else.
And